Sorry I'm extra late. My bad. My bad. My bad. Bet I scared you, though. Bet I scared you. What's up, guys? Sorry, I was finishing getting my tea. I'm sorry. I was getting my tea. Getting my tea, bro. Yeah, guys. Yo, Button Masher, thank you for the resub. Guys, check the YouTube thumbnail. That's why the stream is late. I was making art, okay? And truly, you can't rush real art. True art, such as my YouTube thumbnail right now. Ah! What's up, Button Masher? All right. Let me finish getting everything set up and ready here. Holtzy, Acro Balrog, JPM, Zen, Row Gamer, Angry, Stare, Ginkus, Chopped Liver, what's up, guys? K-Spen, Draconic Caster, Gravity Breaker. What's good, guys? Inosuke, what's up? Harm, Supa Waffles, Art Dad Draws, what's up? I'm at the gym and literally lulled at the title. Did you see the thumbnail? The thumbnail's the really good part, okay? That's art. The thumbnail is what's the icing on the cake. Packaging on the YouTube side. What's up, Judy Goat? Zara. What's up, Jiggly Bum _ How did I sleep? I slept pretty good. I slept too much, though. I wanted to be up earlier. Blurp sold me scalped Pokemon cards. I'm not a Pokemon card scalper. I've never purchased Pokemon cards ever. The thumbnail really blew you away. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Delicious Mystery. I'm glad you thought it was good. Getting real dangerous with the title. Is it bad? Like, I don't think so. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. I don't see an issue with it. What's up, James Johnson? 7,400 peak. Is it over? It's gonna go up today because Cryo's opening. I wouldn't be surprised if today we saw a bump up to 8,000 or 9,000. I wouldn't be surprised because I played the game for like what, 40 minutes yesterday? I think since the release of the game, barring days where I didn't play at all, that was the least I've played the game. You play Marathon already? I'm at work and I need Marathon sooner than later. We'll be playing Marathon here in a bit, okay? Cryo opens in about 2.5 hours. What's up? Thank you. Seraphim, thank you for the resub. My goat. Good morning, buddy. How's it going? Playing with the circuit breaker today? Oh, yeah. Would you believe me if I told you we had 10 circuit breakies? I have so many, dude. I have them stocked up. A large reason of why I didn't want to play yesterday is my vault's already full. I don't want to play ranked. I just want to play Cryo. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Frost? Thought the title said Kinky Breaking. No, Frost. No. No! Stop. 10? How? I saved them up. Gonna watch on Twitch? Yeah, go for it. I stream on both platforms so people can watch whatever they prefer. Twitch watchers get more interaction stuff. They get to pet the cat. Oh, I forgot to... Nobody throw any pipes. I don't want to scam you. Hold on. Hold on. I finally playing with Seraph Max. We have a date scheduled for next week. But he said he was unsure if he'd be able to make it because of 4th of July weekend. So it's going to depend on how he's feeling. He'll let me know. But I do have exciting news. I've already talked about this before. But on the 7th, we're going to be on the front page carousel of Twitch. We're making it to the front page. And I'm going to be honest, really bad timing on my part. When I scheduled this thing, I was like, oh, I'll just pick a Tuesday in July because July is the month that you had to schedule it for. I'll just pick a Tuesday because it's patch note day. That's usually when I get a decent amount of viewership anyway. Because people leave the game when there's the patch so they can fucking see what's going on. We watch some clips and stuff. I'm kind of burnt out of this game. So, number one, Cryo's not open on Tuesday. Number two, if I had scheduled for the 21st? Is 21st the Vault Breakers update? We'd be able to play Vault Breakers. But I fucked it up. I scheduled it before they announced the update. Steam Summer Sale is amazing. Got me Destiny 2 with all DLC hella cheap. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be doing Cryo on the daily here. We're going to be playing Cryo every day. Can't be rescheduled? Nope. Once it's got scheduled, you can't change it. So we're going to be on the front page on the 7th. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Vault Breakers, just play more. Bro, I want to play the shit out of Vault Breakers, but there's just not enough game to play right now. You know? I've said it a bunch of times. I said it on Twitter yesterday. People call me a LARPer on Twitter. Because, I basically reiterated what I've already said a bunch of times on stream. Let me see. Yo, what's up, Hug? Oh, yo? What's up? Why is the music stopped? Do more variety content in the meantime. Could be cool if play something like the finals. I might try it. Why did it stop? I think PvE mode will make a comeback and actually stay. I'm guessing Vault Breakers is either... Maybe not permanent. I don't know, but it's probably going to be on the mode rotation. What's up, Scooter Shinobi? All right. Let me show this tweet. Yeah, like I'm saying nothing new in this tweet. I've said it a bunch of times on stream. I was just reiterating it for the rest of the internet. Love Marathon, but I'm done with Season 2 until the PvE mode or Season 3 launches. As far as I'm concerned, Marathon is a weekend crowd simulator. Because, bro, ranked sucks. Checking every morning to see what's going on in the community. Play patches, couple runs. So what we're probably going to do every day, we'll do marathon mornings, okay? For the first 1 to 2 hours minimum of the stream, we'll check on the community. We'll see if there's any new updates in the community, any good YouTube videos, any hot tweets, any big news coming. Maybe play a couple runs, but bro, I can't play marathon for 6 hours a day. There's not enough game. There's no game. What's your hopes and expectations for that perimeter rework? I don't know. I have no idea if it'll be the overgrown stuff. We know they said we're going to get new POIs. So it's going to be like an expansion. I don't know how much of it will be like a rework versus like a visual rework. We just don't know yet. Hug, you're the James Johnson guy from YouTube. Well, what's up, bud? Let's go. Ballbreakers does say experimental PvE, so it'll probably be rotational. Yes, and also it'll probably be the first PvE mode that they add if they continue to develop the game. Don't burn yourself out completely. Hard to come back from that. It is. I'm aware of that. Okay, I started this channel on YouTube because I wanted to exit burnout. That was the start of the AI slop. Was me getting burnt out after a few months. I was like, well, I need to start on a new project. I can't just fuck around and do nothing. I don't have that much money to burn. Yeah, that's the one downside. So when you make your whole brand on streaming off of one game, and then that game either fails, it starts to bore you, no longer interests you, you kind of pigeonhole yourself. So we're going to try to do a little bit of variety in the meantime while we wait for an update, but it's going to be a rocky transition, and that's okay. For example, we posted our first variety video on the side channel yesterday. And I think, edit-wise, it did pretty good. Okay, it's a bit of a gooner thumbnail, a little bit of gooner clickbait, but statistically, it's not ideal because people who subscribe to that YouTube channel are expecting marathon content. And so any video that isn't marathon, they're a lot less likely to click on. It's possible on the tail end of the video in the next few days, maybe it catches on in the general audience if the thumbnail's good enough. But I'm not expecting anything crazy from that thumbnail. We need to build an audience who are more accepting of variety type content, and that's genuinely hard to do. That's really hard to do. But I don't know. We'll see if we can do it. Bring back the realistic AI PNG. We're not doing that. What's up, Poochie? I do not. Charlie Kirky Breaky? Oh, yes, yes. We're going to sark some people today, yes. That's the plan. That's the plan. But yeah. Look, no offense, but you need to normalize your audio so when you scream, it doesn't make us deaf. Is that good? Is that better? So we're slowly dropping marathon? No. That's not the plan. The plan is we're going to dial back the amount of marathon content until Vault Breakers #1 and then Season 3. Because I physically cannot continue playing 6+ hours a day because there's not, like, it's starting to bore me. And I'm not, like, I'm not going to audience capture myself just so I can get higher numbers on Twitch or whatever. One man can only play so much marathon. I heavy admire people who can play, like, there's people on marathon who have over 1,000 hours. Like, right now I have like 675 and I'm a little bit tapped. How the fuck did I have 1,000 or more? It's crazy. Cross can play Destiny for 10 years. He can play marathon for as long. I don't think he played it for like 6+ hours, 8+ hours every single day. What's up, Shelks? Yeah, we're just waiting until new content comes out. Ultimately, I still love the game. I don't plan on, like, quitting it forever. Maybe they should have done the game. I don't know. Oh, my God. Chat. I know I shouldn't, but I've been reading Reddit while I've been talking to you guys. I know it's a mistake, but you guys got to see this. You guys need to see this. We have a Reddit post here from 4 Shells. PSA, if you use Proxchat to be toxic after winning, you're contributing to player loss. If you win a fight and are the type of person hopping into Proxchat saying, you guys fucking suck, or damn your ass, dude, you're actively contributing to the player loss and this game losing steam. Obviously, this isn't the main reason people are leaving, but new players are trying to learn this game and already having a tough time to catch up with the small dedicated player base and super fast TTK. Please stop telling them they're terrible. We need the new blood to stick around. Otherwise, it's just going to be sweats versus sweats forever. XD. Get it, the game is hard. You're passionate, excited for your win. Great. If you enjoy the game, though, please stop making it a toxic environment for people who aren't as good as you. Be a better runner. I think there's a little bit of truth to that. I could be a little bit toxic when I kill people sometimes. Do I think it's killing the game? I think it's funny to say that it's killing. I don't think it is in practice. I don't think that's how that works. Where did my music go? We're all out of music, actually. Let's get on the main menu. So we get main menu Martin music. Rah. Almost impressive how badly the Marathon Reddit's user base have negatively affected the game's reputation in terms of players. Guys, stop pointing fingers at, like, different people in the community for, like, you're killing the game. Like, I think it's funny when people point the finger at me and saying that, like, I'm the Hitler of Marathon or Destiny. Or, like, I think that's funny. But I don't want people in my chat or in my community, like, saying, oh, the Reddit, oh, the Twitter, Aztec Ross, whoever is the reason why Marathon's failing. This is not true. And I don't want my community to show that as the voice of what we're saying. The -2 players meme is hilarious. It is really funny. Oh my God, Holtzy! Thank you for the bits. My goodness, dude. Yeah, guys, obviously Glorp that's killing the game. I think it's really funny when people on Twitter say that. I think it's really funny. But I don't want people in my community to say that about other people. Because I don't know. Right? You never know. Like the vibe of other people, like other creators. I don't know if it would genuinely upset Reddit or Twitter if they heard my people saying they suck. Yeah? Have done all the quests for our corporate overlords? No, but I don't really want to complete them. I don't really care to. I'm actually going to turn up my game's audio a little bit. What about here, right? Glorp, parentheses, actually Hitler is killing the game with his burger strats and toxic rhetoric. Yeah. Mayan Matthews foretelling the end of this game with his sacred calendar. Mayan Matthew was crazy, dude. Mayan Matthew was insane. Makes me sad to say I want to play, but 7+ minutes waiting for a match is insane. Yeah, if you play off-peak hours or if you're outside of NA, queue times are getting kind of rough right now. If you're playing outside peak hours going perimeter or dire marsh, it's starting to get rough. And remember, guys, we have like 2.5 whole ass months to go. So, I don't know. How are things going to play out? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know at the end of the day. We can hope for the best, but are there any religious people in chat? What is the what's a good like religious saying, turn of phrase that we can use to just be like, it is what it is, it's out of our control? Let's get religious in chat. Guys, what's your favorite religions? Top 10 favorite religions in chat, please. Can we start talking about atheism? Can we start talking about our negative experiences with whatever religion we were brought up in? Can we start that in the chat? That should be a fun discussion for today. Give it to God. There you go. Jesus, take the wheel. There you go. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Love the Glorp religion Gwaga. Shout out. Give this guy VIP. This guy rules. Look at this technique, chat. You wish you could purchase items as fast as me. Zoroastrianism? That's ball knowledge, bro. Zoroastrianism is actually ball knowledge. Shout out you for knowing about that. What a goat. Ziegler, save us. I need to make an actual video, like an actual video edit of the Trump save us guy. And like AI text to speech, Jonathan Ziegler, and like pitch it up and speed it up. And I can just post that every time the player count goes down. That would be funny. What's up, Twin Peaking? How's it going, buddy? Haven't heard from Ziegler in a while. I'm sure he's a little bit fucking busy. Probably too busy to be tweeting, I would imagine. I'm sure we'll get a big, long announcement at the end of this season like we did at the end of Season 1, talking about the future of Marathon. But for right now, I'm not expecting anything. Chat. Chat! Another tower has hit the Marathon. Fuck! I fucked up the line. Another plane has hit the Marathon towers. KXDC of Marathon streaming fame. Honestly, I wonder if this game will ever make a comeback, because this is vile. It's a screenshot from his phone of the SteamDB. Guys, is it over? Is it freaking over? Is it actually over? My belly's so full from 11 Mizras and 8 circuit breakers right now. I have 10, bro. I got 10 circuit breakies. Look at this shit. You know what? Fuck this Outland. I don't give a shit about that. Look at this. Look at the wall of Breaky. Look at that. He's rage baiting. Tay is not rage baiting, Burr. No shot. That's real shit. Morning, Glorp. How's the tea? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Enjoying it. Thank you for asking. Didn't hear no bell. Here's a bell. It's my teacup. It was clinky, clinky. House said he is doomed. So, I'll say this again, guys. Screaming fuel. Yep, that's what it says. That's what I call my tea, because it helps my throat. Okay, chat. Let me see. Who's streaming Marathon right now on Twitch? I'm interested. Because we've lost a lot of the bigger streamers since the game sort of dwindled a little bit. Oh, Stay's up. How long has he been streaming? 13 hours! Dude, how the fuck does he do it? How does Stay do it, bro? He's been live for almost 13 hours, man. That's insane. I can't stomach playing this game for like 6. How does he do it?
I could have hit it. I could have hit it.
He's not even playing ranked. He's just playing solo outpost. That's crazy.
I would have been able to like look inside of a box and then leave.
What a goat, dude. Shout out Stay. We still got to play at some point. The only VTuber on Marathon? Oh, shit. Wait, hold on, guys. Okay. Don't harass this guy, but I'm gonna chat in his chat room here. I got a bone to pick with this title. There's a guy, Octavia Holo, the only VTuber on Marathon. And he's a fucking HoloLive guy. Actual HoloLive streamer.
Yeah, that place kind of sucks. Let's
The
go.
YouTube thumbnail. Do you like it, Twin Peaking? Glorp's master plan to collab with Stay, -3 players until only 2 streamers are left. That's good. It's really good, I know. I know I shouldn't.
Help me do my quest.
I know I shouldn't have the thumbnail like that, but it's so good. I couldn't not. I couldn't resist. Is this guy gonna read the chat?
Oh god, that guy is like...
Let me actually... No, I can't... I'd have to, like, log in on my Firefox to show it off. Yeah, looks like he's not reading the chat. He's just gaming. Who was that guy again? Octavio Holo. The only VTuber on Marathon is his fucking title. Rah. Who else we got? Tunchi. I've seen a lot of Tunchi clips on the Marathon Clips channel. Kirky Breaky. Oh, yeah, Zen. Marshy's still rocking? Oh, yeah. Some reason I end up playing a lot of dying games in 2K is when things start to spiral off a cliff as queue times ramp up. Heat Cascade. Also, the best players stay, which makes it more and more toxic, which drive beginners away even more. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, it's out of our hands. Can you show us pro Kirky Breaky gameplay? That's the plan. That's the plan, dude. You know, the Oasis trials from Trials of Oasis from Destiny? No. I don't know anything about Destiny, bro. I can't LARP. Just joined. What did I miss? Pretty much nothing. We've just been yapping. We're just hanging out. Excited for Cryo to open later. Bro, I cannot wait for Cryo. I will say this. The game feels a bit stale. I'm out of content to play, but I still love Cryo. The Cryo sandbox, even though the meta can be a bit toxic, I love the design of Cryo, the look of Cryo, the gameplay loop of Cryo, gearing up and then queuing up with a team, all the callouts you need to know, how much it rewards knowledge. I love Cryo. I think Cryo is one of the best multiplayer experiences in all of gaming. Cryo PvP is so much fun. I think that at the very top level, like where it's just miserable, it's not that fun. But God, the like outside of that, the just general Cryo gameplay, it's so much fun, dude. It's just so good. It's so cool. Freaking love it, dude. There's some heat grenades, why not? What's up, Bread Pirate? Thought we quit? Nope, that was clickbait. I never quitting. But like I said, I'm going to be playing a lot less Cryo. I said a bunch of times at this point. Pay attention. Follow my Twitter. Sir Golds a lot. Follow my Twitter. We're going to be playing a lot less Marathon until the mid-season update, and then after that wears off until Season 3. Will you get rid of Ranked or change it to have Cryo 24/7? I think in Ranked's current state, yes. I think the rotation system is fine. The problem is Ranked should only be sponsored kits. There's no reason to fucking... Hey, we just started the stream. I'm not gonna do a cortisol bump to rant about sponsor kits and Ranked. Basically, I'm not really gonna play Ranked until they do sponsor kits only. I am on Twitter. On Twitter, you said you quit and only doing 2 runs a day. I said Marathon, as far as I'm concerned, is a weekend Cryo simulator. And guess what time it is, okay? It's Cryo time. We're playing Cryo today. We do be playing Cryo. Having ranked in extraction is already weird enough. I mean, I think it is neat. I like that they're trying something new. Because ranked in other extraction shooters doesn't really exist. But the execution, it just feels so awful to play. I just genuinely do not like playing it. In its current state, at least. I think if they make it sponsor kit only, like, I don't want to, like, go into the whole spiel again. But imagine this, right? My biggest criticism of Ranked is loadout parity. Being able to bring in whatever makes it, and like at whatever tier, just makes it so whoever has saved up the most best gear is going to win. And it's just so awful to play. What if on this ranked tab, let's see this. Instead of one ranked sponsor kit that you can only buy one of per day, think about this, right? Look at this. So we have 6 factions, right? What if, come over to ranked. We have 6 ranked sponsor kits, and you can buy an unlimited number of them per day. Maybe make them cost a little bit different each, but each one of them can fulfill a different team class role, right? Like you'll have New Cal, Traxxas, Mida, Cyber Acme, or Acme Sekiguchi, and each one of them fulfills a different class role. Like your New Cal will be like a more support role with more heals, extra self revive, something you put it on triage. It has a volt thrower, and you can share it with your team. Glorp, stop. This is sounding like too much fun. You're right. I shouldn't give the dev team too many good ideas. I might waste them. So true. Feel like the circuit breaker shooting through shields or volt weapons depleting bubbles fast should be in the game. So on launch, volt weapons did more damage to bubble shields, but they ended up removing that when they nerfed bubble shields' overall health pool. I think they should bring that back, and that would not only make volt weapons more useful, but it would make bubbles less oppressive. Like, it'll give you a reason to have somebody on your team with, like, a volt thrower scar, or a volt thrower scar, like a gold scar or gold volt thrower, just so you can blow up the shield quicker. Because the guns are decent, but there's no reason to be using the gold scar, gold volt thrower if you're, like, meta sweating. If they give him a little bit of a bump, that would be nice. Nerfing bubble HP in midseason anyway. Have they announced that? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Need to get rid of all the extraction nonsense. That's what's killing the game. True. They should just pivot and make it an fucking battle royale with set spawns. That's so true. Everything about this game, aside from having to interact with the best players still playing this game, is a real tragedy. Yeah. Like, I don't know. The game is kind of Ouroborosing right now. Am I, like, okay, I need to stop saying that. Is that actually me what I think it is? What is Ouroboros? It is what I think it is, right? Oh, it is. Yeah, okay, the snake that eats itself. It is Ouroborosing a little bit. It's just the cycle of the game is sweaty and high standards. So it's very fucking unforgiving to new people. People who aren't the best slowly drop off, and then, like, the best players just continue to kill people. Astra is a doom o'clock. No, we're just hanging out and yapping for a little bit. How's it going, by the way, Astra? What's up? Think Vault Breakers is going to do well, but I'm a Hopium addict in general. I think it's going to do well, but it's not going to save the game. Let's do a couple warm-up runs, chat. Astra, how's it going? Let me actually wait in the waiting chat. Bam's around. I can jump on. All I should do team cry ready. Some last minute ranked before I go eat. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to do ranked, go for it. I'm good. I'm just sticking around until cryo. Like, I don't want to play ranked, bro. I can't. Pretty good. Gonna hit goal with Bam and Chloe before cryo. Good luck. Hope it goes well. Sponsor rank when Bungie game is circling the drain because it is so new player unfriendly. Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping maybe. So I don't know how realistic this is to say, but I'm sure they're aware of the player count situation and the increasing loading times. I would not be surprised if early this season they unleashed green free sponsored kits, and maybe they brought back sponsored survival just to get a little bit more of a kindling of a player base back in. Because right now it's just, yeah, just kind of not a whole lot of reason to play. Won't save the game because people want PvP. They just want fair PvP, not ending up in the same lobby as streamers. Cascade, the problem with PvP in this game is it's going to be unforgiving and brutal no matter what. It can be literally a fair fight 1-to-1, but whoever loses is still going to feel like shit. It feels a lot worse when you have just no chance and you fight against a cheater or whatever, right? But, I don't know, just the genre is very brutal and unforgiving. And it just does not feel good to lose no matter what. Don't understand why they dropped the sponsored survival mode. Maybe they postponed this patch because they plan to bring it back next week. I don't know. Ziegler pulling a magic move and we hit 50k forever. True, true. I can't wait until Ziegler fix game next week. Yes, yes, yes. So true. Hear me out. Marathon has pattern buffers. First extraction shooters with respawns. Dude, what? Like the Gulag in Modern Warfare? Fucking the Battle Royale mode? That'd be crazy. Chat, he egoed my streak. Astro, I'm sorry. Nice 55 stream streak. I didn't see it. I apologize. Game needs more casual friendly modes. It feed into PvE. Drive the player count. Keep the sweats Astra fed with bodies. Yeah. They just got to rebalance the game. I think that there's a lot going for this game, but it is Ouroborosing right now. I don't think it's too late to be saved, but it definitely doesn't look good. We'll see. We'll see, though. We're going to edit the stream title here. Solo Orm Ups chatting with chat until Cryo opens. Smile. Okay, new title. Bro tweeted he was done with Marathon till Vault Breaker, but here we are. Frozen Cricks, can you go to the tweet right? Actually, you know what? I don't even. Okay, Frozen Cricks, you don't even have to go to Twitter. Let me bring this up for you so you can read it again, because I know a lot of people in YouTube chat probably have reading comprehension issues. Just go ahead and what does this second line here say? The second, you see the line right in the center here. What does this say? Can you read the second line, the one that's right in the middle of the screen? What does that one say? I know I'm moving it around. Let me move it really slow. Can you read that? We're playing Cryo! We're playing Cryo, dude! Sorry, I'm blind. It's okay, I forgive you. Yo, Astra, peace out. Have fun playing ranked. Every time you say Ouroboros, I think of the Splatoon boss, Ouroboros. You know what? Splatoon 2 was so much fun. I didn't play Splatoon 1 because I never had a Wii U. When I had a Switch, I played a lot of Splatoon 2. I love the graphics of Splatoon. I played a lot of Splatoon 2, bought the expansion. Never played Splatoon 3 because I don't know if Splatoon 3 was on the Switch 2 or not or whatever, but I had gotten rid of my Switch by the time Splatoon 3 came out. You could arguably call Call of Duty 4 an extraction shooter if you leave mid-match and just unlocked a new weapon after ticking an XP counter. I mean, yeah, I guess. Kind of true. Technically, all of the Call of Duty games are extraction shooters by that logic. Splat 3's on both. Splat Raiders on the Switch 2 only. What is Splat Raiders? Is that Splatoon 4? Splat Raiders makes it sound like it's a Splatoon extraction shooter, like Arc Raiders. Is that... Please don't tell me that's what it is. It's a PvE game? Splatoon Raiders is a fucking extraction shooter? You're kidding! Their new single-player PvE Splatoon extraction shooter. Oh. I've not heard of this. There's no way. I'm sorry, chat. Hold on. Splatoon Raiders. This is not fucking real. Splatoon Raiders Direct. So it's not even out yet? Hold on. Somebody just got the key over here, I think. Yeah, somebody just took it. I heard the sound. All right, we're going to hang out here for a sec. It's a looter shooter, not extraction.
The exploration bot. Pilot. The move. If you need to swap out your gear, just head to sorts of challenges await with a unique design.
Okay, that looks fun. That looks like a lot of fun. I'm not buying a Switch 2 for that, though. Okay, I don't think I would have triggered the sentry down there. I think there's probably somebody over there. All right, let's go grab the key. You're abroad when it comes out, you're so mad. It's okay, just pay the fucking upcharge or whatever, the tariffs. Just pay like $90 for the game. Want to Switch 2, but the pricing is no bueno. How much is a Switch 2? Like $500-$600? Wasn't the original Switch only like $3? Switch 2 price. 450. Okay. Oh, it's going to go up to 5 on September 1st. Original Switch MSRP. It was like 300, right? Yeah. The original Switch was 300, which was like pretty affordable. Fucking AI, bro. Just trading your Xbox. Yeah, the Xbox that I have. True. Hardware is expensive in general, thanks to the AI data centers. Yeah. I'm not going to be buying... Yo, what's up, Vlados? I'm not going to be buying any new consoles or anything. I'm not going to buy a PlayStation to play Grand Theft Auto or whatever, just because the Steam frame is coming out, and I want to get on VR content. Dude. You know what we can watch while we wait for Crowd to come out? Guys, if you don't know what Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades 2 is, it's an upcoming VR PvE extraction shooter where you kill hot dogs. And I know that sounds very unappealing at first. I gotta show you this devlog video. It's so good. I'm gonna really quickly just run up an int real quick, just like try to get in a fight and see if I win or lose. I'll just aggressively coin flip here. And I want to show you guys the newest devlog for Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades 2. It is insane. Wait, didn't that used to be a VR shooting range game, like a full game now? So Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades 1 has been in active development for over a decade. He's going to be publishing it the final update pretty soon. Like, I think within the next week or two, he's going to publish the final update. What's up, Vandal? But Hot Dogs and Horseshoes and Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades 2 is the meta-sponsored sequel where he actually has money to fund a whole ass team. And the technology that he's showing off for H3 VR2 is actually, like, if there's any VR players in chat, it's actually so impressive. And, like, if you've played any VR, you know it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, I played the shit out of H3 VR1, the roguelite mode. But H3 VR2, they're making the roguelite mode an extraction shooter. With all sorts of new systems and, like, other shit. Watch this chat.
The way is he...
Where the fuck did he go? Fuck! Oh! Kill him, kill him, kill him! He called me pussies, he executed me. Kill him! Ah! Can't spectate him. Ah. Alright. Let me bring up this video. This video is insane. U2.B. Guys, you guys gotta check this out. Want VR, but I kind of want more to play than just Half-Life Alyx. I honestly didn't like Half-Life Alyx that much. H3 VR1 was my all-time favorite game. Dude, this... Like, for a devlog video for a VR game, almost 30k views in 12 hours. Like, this shit is impressive. Okay, chat. Let me show you guys this. You guys have to see this. Even if you don't know anything about VR, I don't know. I don't know the perspective of non-VR players, but this shit is super impressive on a tech basis, and it just looks so much fun. Where is it? Window capture. Boop. 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 Firefox, Windows 10. Boop. And we're gonna bring it down here. Boop. Boop. Check this out, guys. This is insane.
Greetings! Welcome to the 5th featurette for Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades 2. I'm Anton, game director, and today we're going to be talking all about Melee. We're doing things a bit differently for this one. For most of this
like, just right off rip, this is really cool. This is awesome. Like, the deformation. Okay, so in this game, you play as a hot dog and you kill other hot dogs. Look at the melee deformation.
We're going to be talking all about Melee. We're doing things a bit differently for this one. For most of this
Look at that shit!
We're going to be passing you off to another member of our meaty team, Zach, creator of
By the way, this game is going to run on the Quest 2. Probably not looking like this. This is probably the PC VR version. But this game is designed to run on Quest.
Vertigo Remastered and Vertigo
So it's going to be well optimized.
2. Take it away, Zach.
In H3VR2, melee weapons aren't the center of attention.
Look at this.
Doesn't mean they need
you
to be
guys are not
neglected.
ready for this.
I've
This
spent
is
the last
insane.
month working on a brand new melee system that is a huge step up from H3VR. First, let's talk about the basics. Handling melee weapons in H3VR2.
Look at this, bro.
Just like with firearms, there are multiple hand poses you can use to hold them. With many melee weapons, you can use the AX button to quickly swap between two poses, such as forehand to backhand or front to back on an axe. Many melee weapons can also be held two-handed for extra power and follow-through. A select few weapons have special extra interactions. These spinning karambits are now physics-driven.
Like, bro! TOS? What's TOS? Meat being beaten? Nah, it's okay.
So
Don't
they
worry
can
about it.
actually collide
This is
and bounce
okay.
off of things
This kind of meat
while
beating
in
is
this
okay.
state. We've also brought this new
Fine.
physics to spinning revolvers, so you can now do silly stuff like this. So far, there are two types of melee damage, blunt and bladed. Bladed can also be divided into stabbing versus cutting, which have slightly different effects. Let's go over
This
all
shit
these types of
is
damage.
where it gets
In
wild.
H3VR2, your fists are a blunt melee weapon.
Melee weapons as
Like
fists.
all blunt weapons, the main
Look,
effect
you
of
can
punching
slap
a
the shit out of the hot
will be
dogs.
stunning, concussing, or knocking them down. Once they're incapacitated, you can take your time finishing them off. With our state-of-the-art SOSIG rendering technology, SOSIGs can be
That
permanently
was good, very
dented by
crispy.
strong enough blunt damage. Ouch.
You
Beating
can
my
pistol whip people? Yeah, bro, this game is insane.
etc. Note that this is a purely visual effect, it does not actually change the shape of their physics collider. Now, this is a good time to highlight one of our power-ups, Muscle Meat. This power-up increases the effectiveness of all melee weapons,
Look at this.
but SOSIGs, as well as straight
Tear
up
them
tear
apart.
them in
I
half.
love doing this in H3VR1. Like, after you kill the SOSIGs, you pick them up and tear their head off. It's so awesome.
Let's take
to
our
do that.
first look at
Look at
bladed
this.
weapons in H3VR2
Look at this, though.
with stat.
In H3VR1, the weapons felt like shit. Like the melee and all that in H3VR1 felt very clunky. Look at this, though.
Bladed weapons with a point can be stabbed into SOSIGs. Once stabbed, a physics joint activates, simulating friction to keep them stuck in place. The SOSIG takes damage depending on how
Look at
deeply
that!
they are stabbed.
He can
and will
push
also
it in
start
with his
bleeding
hand
when
after
the
he
blade is
releases
removed,
it.
causing more damage over time. As you can see, bladed damage creates permanent wounds on the SOSIG,
He's taking the knives out with another knife. What's up, Beak Frost?
using the same technique as bullet holes.
Look at this shit.
Blades can stab multiple SOSIGs at once, and one melee weapon can also have multiple blades that stab independently, like this double-sided axe. Blade physics are not just restricted to SOSIGs' bodies. Clothing and accessories can provide protection from blades, but soft objects can also be stabbed, and stabbed all the way through to the SOSIG's body.
Like, on a tech sense, this shit is so impressive. Hold on, wait. Look at this shit.
Here, the realistic friction really comes into play. A blade can get stuck halfway
Sawing?
through SOSIG, and a sawing
You get a
motion helps
sawing
overcome
action?
the static friction and cut the rest
Leave
of
the
it through.
glizzies alone? No.
If you cut all the way through, you might just
Look at
slice the
that!
SOSIG in half. This is not.
There's like, look at that. Look closely. There's like friction.
If you
Like the level of physics here, like notice how as soon as it hits the hot dog, it like catches and it like slowly
cut
splits
all the way through, you might just slice the SOSIG in half. This is not a truly dynamic
dude,
slice.
If you've played any VR game, you can see this and know right away.
It can only happen
This is
at one of two
insanely
joints.
impressive.
Another thing you can do is start with a stab and then pull
Look at that shit.
the blade sideways to transition to a cut. Shorter blades with an edge can still do cutting damage and cause bleeding, but they cannot slice a SOSIG in half completely. There's a wide variety of
All right,
blades,
that's about
all with
it.
different effects depending.
There's also mag palming, which he announced in this video, which is kind of neat. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game. That shit is hype, bro. Let's do another couple warm-up runs here. As a dev slash teacher, this is super impressive. Yeah. The tech, like, I think the only reason why they're able to get it to the level it is Anton, the guy running the project, has a literal decade developing H3VR1, and he's probably made some good connections in the VR industry, and he's getting meta funding. Like, not just like it's impressive that they were able to do that. This game is designed to run on the Quest standalone without a PC. So that means it has to be optimized like very well. Honestly, the backpack was the coolest part of that demo. Yeah, being able to penetrate soft objects with a stabbing weapon It's insane. I'm so hyped for that game, bro. Like that they went with mustard for the gore? Yeah. I think it's really cool they did go with mustard. Bro, he had a family. Poor hot doggies. You play as a hot dog in that game. You're killing your own kind. What quest is the standalone version that doesn't need your PC? Any quest doesn't need a PC. Is it worth it? I never played any standalone quest games. Right now, the most affordable headset for VR and like approachable to the masses is the Quest 3. I've never played standalone with it. A lot of people don't like it because Meta is obviously ran by Facebook, so there's privacy concerns there, which is valid. If you want a cheap entrance to VR, if you have a decent PC and you want to do VR, I would recommend the Quest 3 if you don't mind the privacy stuff. I don't know how much I can recommend the standalone stuff. I mean, a lot of people like the standalone. I say a lot of people. It's mostly fucking like actual children playing gorilla tag and shit like that. But if you have more of a bankroll and you're more of an enthusiast, I think the Steam Frame is going to be the place to go. What VR headset do I have? I don't have one right now. I've had multiple different indexes at different... I've talked about this before. It's kind of funny. But I've had multiple different indexes at different points in my life. Because like I'd have a Valve index... and then my living situation would change. And obviously, if you guys know anything about the Valve Index, it's like a fucking nightmare to like move, or like if you don't have enough space, you can't use it, so you just have to sell it. I think I've had like 2 or 3 different indexes, and I've purchased and sold them all. The Index is a lot of fun. It is very clunky and old at this point, though. It's got to... When did the Index come out? It's got to have been like 8 years now, right? Valve Index release date. Index used those tracking tower things? Yep. 2019, 7 years. 7 years. Son has a Quest 2. We got him, and it's a good time. Yeah. Like, VR is very neat. PC VR, I love PC VR. But PC VR is, like, very unapproachable for a lot of people. It's very enthusiast level. For most people, VR is a gimmick. I'm a big fan of VR. I know a lot of people say it's gimmicky. I'm sure Bam's not in the chat. He's playing ranked with Astra and Chloe right now. Bam! I'm sure loves that. Would agree with me that VR is actually one of the coolest things ever. His main channel, if you guys don't know, shout out Bam. His main channel, he has over a million subscribers. And he plays VR games. Primarily one called Bone Lab on the PC, which is like a sandboxy type game similar to Gary's mod. I say similar to because it doesn't at all match the scope. Yeah. Want something to play Beat Saber on too? Beat Saber is actually so much fun, and it's so simple. It's such a simple game, and it's so much fun to play. Honestly, that was really fucking cool. Never had a proper go with VR, only a small demo. Always wanted to play Skyrim in VR. Skyrim in VR kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. Number one, you need mods to play Skyrim in VR. Because the default version is just atrocious. Once you have the mods, it feels very clunky and jank. In my opinion, it's not worth playing Skyrim VR. Skyrim in VR sucks, but that's just Bethesda, not VR's fault. I mean, even with mods, it just feels like such a clunky mess. It's just a way better experience to play it on a computer with a keyboard and mouse. How the fuck? Probably all the way down there already. When I can walk again, love to do the whole walking pad thing with VR. I've never had a walking pad. The treadmill thing? Bam has one. He's talked about it before. Bam has one of those. I apologize. Hey, speaking of Skyrim. Jeez, buddy. Speaking of Skyrim, we just killed Lydia. Shout out. Bought a quest from Walmart online. They accidentally sent me 2. Really? That's kind of funny. That's like a free quest. You can just sell the other one. Hold on. He's gonna try to loot him. He's gonna try to loot this guy. It's a robot. Maybe he's not gonna try to loot him. He was definitely by the pier, though. Oh! It's coming. I heard metal. I heard metal footsteps. He might have been underneath. You guys know the big metal stairs? I think he was under there. But he's walking and not sprinting, so it's hard to hear him. It's so fucking loud out here. Interesting you wouldn't take the pier card. Because this guy got shot at from over there. I saw the tracer. Disgusting rat gameplay. Bro! I'm setting up a trap. Man, this globe guy sucks. His group abandoned him because he was mean to them on right.
Camo filter engaged.
I'm sorry, where the fuck am I getting shot at from? Mean to them on ranked, so this rat will keep on trying to knife everyone and everything instead of trying any other strat. He throws everything. Shut up, Zilbrad. Where the fuck is this guy shooting at me from, though, for real? Because he's obviously just camping the body bag. Is this guy cheating? Or can he just see me under there? Okay, he kind of shot me the instant I peeked. Oh. Is this guy fucking cheating? Hold on. Maybe it's console aim assist. Maybe it's roller. Hold on. Let's sit in the smoke and find out. It's probably flanking right now.
Time to hunt.
Recall window will remain stable for 20 minutes.
Where the fuck did he go? Also, why would he just be camping the body bag of the guy that he killed instead of going to fucking looting? What is it? What is going on? Steam frame's probably going to be 2,500. Nah. My guess on the Steam frame is going to be 12. It's my guess. The YouTube thumbnail, Lamau, do you like it? Is it good? Are you enjoying the YouTube thumbnail? Is it funny? Is it epic? 2,500, brother. That's insane. Yeah, Steam. Okay, maybe if there's like a premium version of the Steam frame, it would be 2,500. It's the base version or whatever the higher storage version will not be 2,500. There's no way. I have no fucking clue where this triage is, dude. He's pissing me off. I just want to get this fucking key card that's at the end of the pier, and this fucking guy is just like camping the body here. It's actually really annoying. My guess, 10.99. Yeah, I'm hoping for lower than 12. My guess, I wouldn't say there's no chance it goes higher than 12. My low expectation is 12. Saw the YouTube thumbnail. God, you like it? Is it good? Really good? Telling me my assassin needs to have blade physics to save Marathon? I hope when they add a sword character, you can dismember people with epic physics. Card number 3. I don't know, might be higher than expected. A little given because the Steam machine price hardware is so messed up because of the data centers. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. That's why I think 12 is like the reasonable low expectation. I don't think it'll be higher than 12. Because, again, the biggest thing that's inflating the price of the Steam machine is DDR5 and SSD storage, which are the two big offenders right now. And I'm pretty sure the Steam frame has both. However, it's running standalone VR, so I think it has less RAM. Maybe. I don't know about that. And the storage, I think, is probably equivalent or lower than the lowest version of the Steam machine. I don't know that, though. I forget the specs off the top of my head. I don't see it being higher than 1,200. Because, yeah, the biggest inflationary things are just those two items. Like, if not for those, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steam frame was supposed to be 800 or 900. People on Reddit who are expecting it to be, like, fucking 500... I didn't even know that was possible. Holy shit! Yo, guys. I didn't know this was possible. Shit, guys, look at this. You can jump up here on this thing, and then you can, like, slide your way up, and as you're up here, you can actually jump again. You go like, boop. Look at that! It's fucking parkour, bro! Insane. Computer on your face that's got his own RAM, etc. That shit's gonna be 3 bands? No. No. If you think about the competition, so Meta is able to sell the Quest 2 and 3. I think the 2's been out of production for a while. I think the Quest 2 at its cheapest was like $300 or some shit. I think the Quest 3 is also probably comparably cheap at this point. But that's just because they can sell it at a loss. Because when you buy a Meta Quest, it's a standalone and you're stuck in their ecosystem. So unless you plug it in to play PC VR, you're buying games on the MetaQuest store, which subsidizes the hardware cost. What's up, Warhead? Warhead's on Foreheads. What's up? I have a Quest 2. The Quest 2 is great. As like a budget VR device, I think. What was my first VR device? Hold on. Let me think. Okay. So my first VR device... Fuck. Hold on. There's something called the Oculus Rift S, I think. Oculus Rift S. Oh, yeah. This brings me back. The first VR headset I ever had was the Oculus Rift S. And it was a wired VR headset with ring controllers, and it didn't need base stations. Rift S... Classic, bro. This is like OG VR shit right here. Let me show this. Check this out. This is the Oculus Rift S. Yeah. This was my first VR headset that I owned. And it was pretty affordable. The Rift S, especially compared to other... Like, this was the first affordable VR headset, I think. I think it was around before the Quest, even, I want to say. I think it was like $600 or something. I can just Google it right now. Oculus Rift S original MSRP. It was like $600, wasn't it? It was the first affordable. $400, actually. $400. Original MSRP of the Oculus Rift S was $400, released in spring 2019. And so, like, if you didn't want a Quest, a Meta Quest, then that was your option. And it was good for, like, the time. It was really solid. For 400 bones, for a budget option, it was great. Of course, the Quest was full wireless, and you could play a game standalone. The Rift S, you couldn't do that. But if you just want a PC VR, pardon me, for 400 bones, that's really good. Half-Life Alyx on that John was peak. I already said this, but I was not a big fan of Half-Life Alyx. And that's not because the game was bad. It's just, it wasn't my type of game. And I mean, I thought, like, graphically and technologically, it was very impressive. But the game, like, Half-Life Alyx itself was not very fun to me. I was not a big fan. I played way more hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. I played way more. What else? That was most of my early time spent on VR was H3 VR. Most of my time overall. I played a fair amount of Ghosts of Tabor, which is the Tarkov clone on VR and now PC VR. What else have I played a lot of? I'm trying to think. A lot of people love Blade and Sorcery. I actually never tried it. I probably should try it once I do get my VR. Because, like, a lot of people, like, the modding scene is really big for Blade and Sorcery, isn't it? It's just when I looked at it, I was like, it's okay. Is Minecraft good in VR? With mods, yes. But it's so Minecraft, I'd say less so than Skyrim. Minecraft, in my opinion, also falls in the category of it's more fun to just play on a mouse and keyboard. I'm sure, like, other people's opinions will vary, but VR as a gimmick where you just play a keyboard and mouse game in VR, it's like a neat novelty thing, and then you realize, well, this is actually just more of a headache than it is to just play at my computer desk, right? That's sort of how the VR ports of Skyrim or Minecraft work, really. Controller totally inferior to keyboard and mouse, essentially all situations. I mean, it depends on the experience. Like, if the game exists and is playable on keyboard and mouse, generally it's better to do it that way. I'd say a good exception is Phasmophobia. Yo, Master JDO, thank you for the resub. Goat. My goat. Phasmophobia, I'd say, is an exception. Phasmophobia is a game that's on PC, but I would argue it's more fun in VR. I haven't played a whole lot of the PC version, but Phasmophobia in VR was a lot of fun. I'd say that's the exception. So, when it comes to VR ports for other games, I'd say, in general, they're not very good, and the reason why a lot of people walk away from VR is, oh, it's just a gimmick, is because that was their main exposure. Tried No Man's Sky in VR and was a pain in the ass to control? Yeah, I think... So, No Man's Sky in VR, I think that's another Skyrim, where it's like, you play it for a little bit, and you're like, this is really neat, but I would rather just play it on a keyboard and mouse. That was my takeaway playing No Man's Sky. Like, it's really, really cool. Like, No Man's Sky is a really awesome game, right? But I'd say No Man's Sky shines best when it's like a relaxing, you sit down and you like grind out, you're like flying across planets, you're farming up credits. It's really hard to play a relaxing VR game because inherently you're standing up, you have this uncomfortable thing on your face. So VR really shines when you're doing something engaging. It's not that uncomfortable on your face, right? But if you're trying to like kick back and chill, like I could right now, if I plugged in my roller, I could like lean back in my chair all the way back here. When I'm looking up like this, I'm leaned back in my chair. That's why I'm like facing upwards. And I could just play this on the roller, and like regardless of how much I care about the game, this is probably not the ideal game to chill. I can theoretically just kick back and relax and play some marathon on my roller. Or even on keyboard and mouse if I just don't care about the game. That's really hard to do in VR. Star Wars Squadrons on VR was dope, but you gotta use a roller. Always played in VR sitting down. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a big fan of VR. Every day, I'm looking at the Steam Frame announcements. One of these days, like any day now, they're going to announce it. They got to announce it this month. From everything we know about, like, the filings and shit for FCC and all the government regulations and, like, patents and shit, things are pointing towards it being announced this month. So I'm very excited. VR horror is goated. Yeah, if you like horror games, VR is pretty good for that. I'm not a big horror game enjoyer, but I think Phasmophobia as like a party game where you're like doing horror things and interfacing with the world is really neat and really cool. You know what I'm saying? Would you mind going out and letting the flying slurp bot slurp you just so I could feel something? What? What does that mean? Green card. All right, let's get up here. We got 8 minutes. Nobody's been to the pinwheel yet. Can't wait to get ganked as I'm in this fucking elevator by that one triage. He's been fucking doing nothing all game. Half-Life 1 VR mod was great. I've never tried it. Although I would expect that it's kind of similar to my point of generally games that are already on PC are more fun to just play on PC than just play on VR. VR shines most when it's like purpose-built experiences that take advantage of the fact that it's more immersive, that create unique systems. Like, operating guns in VR is awesome. A lot of shooter ports to VR kind of suck because they aren't designed around you interacting with the weapon. Pressing a button to reload in VR is not fun. Like, reloading in VR, in H3 VR, for example, is fun because you're interfacing with the weapon systems. You have to know the controls of the different weapon types and, like, what buttons to press and, like, how to chamber, where the charging handle is, stuff like that. That's really cool. Games where it's like press a button on your controller to reload or it auto reloads, it takes a lot away from the experience of VR. You know what I'm saying? Found a rodeo mag in a Pinnacle room last night. Hey, hopefully I can get some of that luck. We're going to be running cryo today. We'll see, though. Bro. Bots are kind of slacking right now. Just hanging out, not even pushing. What the hell? I'm hitting the animation cancel chat. Guys, I'm like the pioneer of this tech. We need to call it something cool so I can take responsibility for the name of it. I don't want to call it Bluetooth knife, because Bluetooth knife is when you knife somebody from really far away. But what should we call it when you do the follow-through animation, but you actually hit the player, or the enemy? Oh, no. Fucking way. Am I disconnected? I'm dropping frames right now. God. Are we back now? I was dropping a lot of frames. I was afraid. Oh, still am. Okay, I think we're back now. We're back again. Oh. Dude, is my internet about to fucking explode today? There's no shot. Just lock in and stop dropping the frames. You're right.
Forced recall in 5 minutes.
It's because I encourage the knife over guns. Yeah. What is the animation cancel? So, with the knife, so if you right-click the knife, it starts a heavy swing animation. And the hit frame is probably like half a second or 3/4 of a second after you press the button. If you right-click while you're facing directly at an enemy, it will lock you in a stabbing animation, which takes longer than the follow-through. So I'm pretty confident that there's no other players alive. So look, this is the follow-through animation. When I go stab a robot, I'll show you the stabbing. But what you can do, let's say, actually I could probably show you like this, right? So look at this. Like this. Why am I hitting the wall? Okay. So look, you see this? It's swinging, it's following through, it's going shing, because I'm missing, right? Watch this. You see that? If this was an enemy, I'd do a stabbing animation. I'd be locked in it for longer. I'd say the stabbing animation is like 20-25% longer than if you just go like this. If you do this, it does the follow-through animation, and it does the damage. So you start your heavy swing, and then you look at them. That's the tech. Let's go loot.
Time to hunt.
What do we got? Blue valuable. Purple cryo key. So far, I'm not very impressed. Weighted barrel, Urple. Kind of mid. Super mid. Holy. Wow, purple salvage. Amazing. I'm sure there's going to be something great in this box. Oh, it's diarrhea poop shit? Never mind. Yeah, this was atrocious and a total waste of time. Wowza. Bad salvage. Bad valuable. Like, literally, blue valuable instead of purple. Blue salvage instead of purple. Fucking purples, but they're all cores and implants. There was one. This mod is good. This is not very good. Not gonna grab the shield. I don't fucking care. I hope one of these claymores kills me, dude. I don't even want any of this fucking goop. All this sucks. I don't care. I don't want any of it. I don't even want it. Loot was bonds? Yeah, that was pretty bad. Servers disconnected me 5 times last night. Okay, so me dropping frames is my internet. That was not the game. When I say dropping frames, I mean in OBS, I'm live streaming, right? So in OBS terms, dropping frames means that frames are not being transmitted to the stream, so it might be choppy, or you lose the feed. Like, you might have still been able to hear me, but it didn't update the visuals for a few seconds because the frames are being dropped either because of packet loss, maybe there's a mismatch in the bit rate. But yeah, right now I've dropped 1.3% of frames, which is not good. My internet's been kind of shit in the bed today so far. Oh my god! Call the animation cancel the hack heavy attack cancel knife. I want it to be something cool though. Like, you know, okay, so think about it like this. So in Super Smash Bros, what is it, Melee? The tech for, what is it, Star Fox and Falco is called wave dashing. I don't know how exactly it works, but wave dashing is really cool. That's a really cool name. You know what I'm saying? I want a cool name like wave dashing for the tech. You guys know what I'm saying? Where is VR Marathon? That's what I want to know.
Exfiltrate now.
Put the devs that they fired for Destiny on VR Marathon. I'm telling you, they'll make all the money back. Glorp dash? It's okay, there's no dash involved. So I think, so I would say Bluetooth knife would be interesting, but Bluetooth knife already describes like a knife you hit at range. Like, you see how I'm hitting the wall like right here? This is Bluetooth knifing, because this is the max range of the knife. Right about here. This is the maximum range that you can hit with the knife. And that's what Bluetooth knifing is. Shh, shh. Oh, I'm going to die here. It's okay. I'll just exfil down. Glorp knife. We could call it glorp knifing. That's okay. It's not ideal. Glorp slash. I think glorp knifing. God, plunging. Okay, it doesn't have to be, like, name-wise related to me. It just has to sound cool. And, like, coining that term would be dope. How long do we have? Hour and a half until cryo, ladies and gentlemen. 1 hour and 30 minutes. What's the tech you're talking about? Let's load in and show you. So, I've talked about this a lot. But there's an animation cancel with the knife, and so this works on both PvE and PvP. It lets you do higher DPS. You can kill bots faster. You can kill a bunch of robots really quickly with the knife. I realized I was doing this for a long time on accident. I didn't know you could intentionally replicate it. How to get so many circuit breakies. I found them in either Outpost, so arms lockers no matter what. So either arms lockers and pinwheel, arms lockers and cryo, and I only run the circuit breaker on cryo. That's it. Meow strike. Yeah. Meow cancel. I mean, meow cancel's also pretty good. I like meow cancel, meow knife, glorp knife, meow strike, bozo stab. I like meow canceling. All right, I finished my first cup of tea. I gotta get the other one. Chat. Guys, don't freak out. I'm gonna go get my other cuppa. 1 sec. I need my tea. Little avatar should exfil when you get up. So, on my next commission sheet, I'm gonna be commissioning a sleeping animation. So, when I try to go leave, I, like, close my eyes as I turn away from the iPhone, so that way I'd sleep. It didn't work that time, and it hasn't been working recently. But I want to, like, have a toggle where it'll, like, force close his eyes, and he has, like, little Z's coming out of him. I think that would be cute. All right, let me find a robot so I can show you guys how it works. Let me show it off. Oh! It's also the same principle as you're hitting these. You just right-click early. You just charge up your swing early. It's the same principle. But I don't think there's a stabbing animation for Sentry, so you can't really see the difference. So the first bot I see, watch this, I'll show you. So this is what it looks like if you just stab normally. You see that? That animation is locked in for a while, but watch this. Okay, that doesn't count. Mr. Gigglesworth. I did that on accident. I couldn't turn because I was sprinting. There we go. Watch this. See that? If you look away, charge up your stab, and then look back at them, you can animation cancel. Oh, this fuckhead took my key. Oh, he's right in here. I heard him heal. He's in here. Fuck! Rah. Kitty swipe. Call it kitty swiping. Don't think I'm smart enough to notice a difference. It's easier to tell when you're actually playing the game. So I'll find an assault trooper and I'll just spam right click on him so you can see what I mean. It's noticeably faster if you meow cancel. I'll show you guys why meow canceling is important. Cat scratch. That is good. I'll show you guys in a sec here. That's good. I like cat scratch. Rah. What's up, Zero Mus? Good, buddy. WSG, what's good? If you don't say meow while doing it, it doesn't work. Yeah. You know what? We should turn this into a video. How are we going to make it last fucking 8 to 10 minutes, though? What if we just... Okay, let's just go knife only this raid, and let's wipe the lobby. Or let's just keep going knife only until we wipe a lobby to show why it's good, and then I can ask Ancho to post that. That'd be a good video. Almost got hit by lightning yesterday with my kid in a storm they didn't predict and canceled Canada Day events. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm glad you're safe, buddy. New Burgatech unlocked. It's not new Burgatech. I've been using it accidentally for a while, but I realized I could do it intentionally. Like, I didn't understand why sometimes it would stab and sometimes it wouldn't, but I figured it out. How to wipe lobbies with the shadow knife buff. They never changed the nut. Like, the only reason this is possible is because they removed the lunge. I'm pretty sure this is not a new thing. What's up, Blue Westlow? How's it going, buddy? Are you on Twitter? Oh, yeah. I just clicked on your Twitch now. I recognize you. What's good, buddy? I recognize that profile picture. Flash VIP. There you go. Bro, you should see my YouTube thumbnail for this stream. It's really good. What's up, Fire Chief? What's up, Death_EXE? Got the Kirky Breaker. Got Flame for saying Cryo sucks if you don't have loot, IRC. I think Cryo does suck if you don't have the gear to run it. That is true. That actually is real. Certified real. Pause. But if you do have loot to run it, Cryo is the best experience in the game. That's why I think that they should make the Cryo sponsor kit, like, give people one every day minimum, or like make it more expensive and let people run unlimited. Because the gear isn't even that good. Like, if they made it cost 10K and there's like no stock limit, I would run the free kit more. Because it's not like you can buy that much shit with credits anyways. So the biggest reason to use credits right now is to buy purple and gold implants, right? And those are, like, gold implants are 12K. You know what I'm saying? You can buy 3 of each slot per day for whatever your build you're going for. Fortunately, Cryo is the best way to get more blue meds I've found. I'd say the best way overall to get more blue meds is to buy out the stocks every day, but you need credits to do that. Usually not awake at normie hours to peak marathon streams, so cool to watch the stream. Hey, glad you're here, buddy. Yeah, I'm just showing people how to exploit an oob like painter right now, so watch this. Let me show you guys here. So let me find an assault trooper. There's going to be an assault trooper over here. Watch this. Let me show you guys real quick. I'm going to go invis so I can just walk past these robots. I don't care. Okay. I actually got to heal. 1 sec. Hopefully this guy, like, walks away from the other robots, so it's a little bit easier to show you. All right, so watch this. Look at how slow this is. Boom. Boom. Oh, but you see there, when I missed, when I quote-unquote missed, when I did the follow-through, I was able to swing the knife again quicker. Did you guys notice that? Were you guys paying attention to the rate at which I was swinging? Now watch this. I'll only do the animation cancel on this guy. Watch. You see how much faster that is? That's like 20% faster. That's significantly faster. All you have to do is look away from them slightly and then right-click and then go back. That's it. Sometimes you hit reg, but I mean, sometimes you hit reg even if you're in the stabbing animation. So, how much are you really losing? Pretty good. Cat scratch? Oh, yeah. Cat scratching type shit. The nonchalant stab tech. Yeah, that's another good one. A little bit unwieldy. Meow. I thought that was going to be a robot. I don't know how we got in there. All right, let's lock in and actually do a good run with the knife so we can get some good gameplay for a video. 200 IQ tech. Yeah, 200 IQ just walking. Walking up to him, let him shoot me. Do I have my cradle maxed? Yes. It is currently maxed. Make it unlimited. Who gives a fuck? More people need to be playing Cryo. Yeah, Living Failure. The kit for the Cryo kit is not even that good. The Crowd sponsor kit, make it cost 10K, make it unlimited. Literally. The kit is not even that good. Also, you know what? Not even that. Fuck it. Make the first kit every week free. You get one kit every week for free, and the stock is unlimited. You can only 10K. There you go. That's how they do it. What do you mean the battle rifle with no stability isn't good? I don't know what you guys are arguing about in chat, but generally, so this especially goes for the PR hardline. The Strider less so. The Strider doesn't have crazy recoil, but the PR hardline has really bad recoil. If you don't have any recoil mods on it, it kind of sucks. How about they just make every kit free? Well, then there's no progression. But I mean, the progression's already been fucked. So, I don't know. Make a series where you try to wipe lobbies with the knife only, the Ghost of Tau Ceti. Well, this is going to be the first attempt at that. Hate the D54 so much. Hope it gets gutted like the Worcester did. Yeah, the D54 is mega overtuned, but they're probably not going to patch it until mid-season. Still can't believe Circuit Breaker base damage is only 18 uncharged. Yeah, Circuit Breaker you have to charge. If you don't charge it, it does nothing. 10K for scrubs is a lot. They just need players. Well, the thing is, like, if you just play cryo safe, if you're low level and you're not getting high level lobbies and you have a 10K kit and you're not trying to just wipe lobbies and you're like following a guide, you can easily make more than that back with your kit. Easily. Interesting. If they made cryo kit more meta relevant. They could also do that, yeah. I should also swap my contract. Okay. Here we go. Knife only, chat. Watch this. It's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. Certified, locking in right now. You poor maxed last week. Second week of crowd, so I will pray. Fuck. What happened to your message? Like disappeared. Pray you are correct. Okay, so when you're learning cryo, you're going to lose a lot. If you don't know the map, you're going to lose a lot. I would recommend, if you want to minimize your losses, watch a lot of guides. Watch other people play cryo who know what they're doing. There's plenty of good guides for cryo. Cryo is very knowledge heavy. So if you just know what you're doing, you can know how to avoid players. So my biggest advice, if you're just trying to play it safe and get loot and you don't care about wiping lobbies, is trying to rush to get to level 2 and then avoiding control as much as possible. With the changes they made to cryo late last season, with the spawn rates of the hack screens and the tags, most games you have to go into control. What you can do is you kill the first commander, you run out through the second spawn area into control, and then you run around looking for tags and hacks, trying to get level 2. Go back to your spawn area, and then just rotate through spawns. If you ever hear players, and you're confident you have the drop on them, you could try to fight them, or you can just wait for them to leave if you just genuinely don't want to fight anyone. That's a really good tactic. And especially with how the past couple weeks of cryo have gone, there's going to be a lot of games this weekend with, like, 3 or less teams. Most games, you're going to be fighting against 3 other teams or less. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be very few or no games this weekend that have the 4, what is it? 6 spawns, 1 is guaranteed empty. So cryo is supposed to have 5 teams. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of games this weekend had, instead of 4 other teams to contend with, 3 or less. I've had games the past couple of weeks, like a couple of them, where there's only been 1 or 2 other teams. So your odds are pretty good if you just commit to learning the map. Also, another strategy to optimize your cryo runs. On weekdays where you're just trying to get gear and credits, run a lot of free sponsor kits like I'm doing right now. Like, I'm kind of bullshitting. Like, obviously, don't drop your gun. But just run free sponsor kits and try to roll the dice until you win. There's somebody on the roof, I think. Meow. This frame rate is kind of atrocious right now. I'm not going to lie, chat. This is kind of dookie. Pretty sure I heard someone on the roof.
Time to hunt.
Yep. Meow. Is he gonna peek that, or is he just gonna fucking camp up there, bro? I only have the knife. I can't fight this. He's just gonna run away and kite me. He's playing Vandal. Oh, I killed this guy. Oh, God. I don't have invis here. Oh, I shouldn't have ran over here. Playing Rook on Outpost, going for supply rooms is a good way to get blues and rare guns going. Yeah, that too. Running Rook. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know where this other guy went. How do you think Bungie could get more players for a marathon? Adding more approachable content. I've talked about this so extensively, but the reason why Marathon is currently cannibalizing itself is it's very hardcore. I mean, since it has been since launch. Right now, it's losing players because there wasn't a substantial update. The quality of the update wasn't great. There's a bunch of fucking bugs. They reintroduced old bugs. There's plenty of reasons this season why they fucked it up. But the reason why... Ads... Fuck it. I'm not even going to answer the question anymore. You're going to answer. You're going to ask a question and then complain about fucking ads. Buy Twitch Turbo. This isn't Cryo and you're not done. No, Cryo opens in like an hour, right? Hour 15. That's not nice, glow up. Bro, I would love to answer his question, but he's just got fucking... asking and complain about ads. Like, bro, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to re-explain. I don't care. I'm not starting over. I'll take the outlet. Use your Prime sub, then it's free. Yeah, by the way, guys, fun fact. I don't know if you guys knew this. It's a pretty recent feature that Twitch just implemented. If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually connect your Twitch account and then subscribe to any channel that you want on Twitch for free. Every month. Pick one channel, you subscribe to them for free. Any channel. Any channel. I mean, you said you were done on Twitter. This is the second chatter in YouTube chat with reading comprehension issues. Can you read that second line for me, please? Dan-SU7BP, can you read that second line for me, please? Thank you. That's it. Honestly, when all the nonsense around this game dies down, I think more people pick it up. Nah, it has genuine issues. It has genuine problems that need to be fixed. And they absolutely can be solved, but it's going to be about whether or not Bungie can. I'm sure they can do it. Will they do it? I don't know. And whether or not Bungie's going to let them have the time. Because Marathon is for real struggling right now with player count. Oh, really? There's another heat cascade. It just ended. I think the skill curve is too steep. I don't think necessarily. It's very... Okay. Fine. I'll read... since I need something to yap about, I'll answer Crystal JPEG's question now. And hopefully he doesn't get ads for the next 15 minutes, because this is how long it's going to take to explain. So, Marathon is a very brutal and unforgiving game, in a... like, more so than Tarkov in many ways. So Tarkov is known for being the most brutal hardcore extraction shooter, right? However, in Tarkov, you have the option to just rat around, sit in dark corners, go in a bush. Like, if you go into a bush and look straight down for the first 10, 15 minutes of a run, and then go do your thing, you're a lot less likely to run into players, and then you can just exfil. And nobody will ever know that you're there. And even if you're not doing that, there's a lot of runs where you're just never going to run into other players in Tarkov. Just because of how the game works. And, like, there's, like, the player density and stuff. In Marathon, like, so many things are designed to draw other players to your location. Look at this. I'm going to go activate this thing. This is, like, to be fair, this is, like, a map-specific thing that you do to get loot. So this should draw players to your area and make a noise and stuff. But activating an exfil, it makes a almost global sound effect, and it shoots a big-ass beam in the sky that says, hey, can you please come gank me? I want to leave the map, and I probably have loot. In Tarkov, after you've ratted for the first 10, 15 minutes, you go do your quest thing, you go loot, and then you just walk up to the exfil, wait 8 seconds, and then you leave. In Marathon, you go to the exfil, you activate it, it says, pew beep, 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 beep. Please come gank me. And then you have to wait a whole minute, and then it activates, and then you stand in the white circle for 10 seconds, and then you can exfil. And if you get through that entire duration without getting ganked and killed, then you leave. Do you see what I'm saying? Key rooms in Marathon, they make a global chime. People call it the dinner bell because it goes, and everyone on the map knows where you are. And not only that, this is different from exfilling. A lot of times people will exfil because they need to for a contract, or they have nothing, or maybe they're poor. If somebody opens a key room, you know that there's loot there. So if you know where the key room is and you're equipped to fight, why would you not go to fight that? And like all of these things on their own, you might think that these are cool, really cool design decisions. You might like them. I enjoy them. But these things make it difficult for casual players to pick up the game and play, because not everybody wants to play a game, find the key. It's like, oh my god, there's a key. I've never had a key before. I bet there's really good loot in here. They go hit the key, and then instantly 2 or 3 people are running to their location, and the fucking noob that's like looting the key room hears gunshots outside. They're like, oh, I bet there's a player fight. The player fight that's outside is there's a guy with a full purple kit who fought a guy with a full blue kit and just murdered him, and now he's resetting, so he's gonna come inside the key room and kill the noob inside, who has like nothing. Who has like fucking a bunch of sticks and spitballs and crumpled up receipts. He's gonna have nothing. He's gonna come in and kill that noob just so he can pick up the loot. I messed up the animation cancel. Okay. We have 2 green keys. We need 1 more red. And I think we've hit every red key that we can. Did I skip the one by processing? I think I might have. Did we spawn by processing or dorms? I forget. Regardless, let me go see if one of those is still there. Oh, cool. It hit me literally through the wall. That's fun. I love that. Did I not want the green shield? No. There's a dude on processing roof. Was there? Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah, he probably has the key. I remember now. Oh! I think someone went in through destroyed. You hear the buzzer, chat? That means someone went in through pinwheel. But they didn't take the elevator. So let's go in through destroyed. Yo, my frame rate is actually ass right now. Did, like, my settings get reset? Hold on. Because this does not feel like 120. Hold on. Display orientation, advanced display. 120 hertz. I don't know. Okay, it just feels like ass. It just feels a little bit choppy and inconsistent. Contacting servers again all last night. Servers were crap. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the servers for console the past week or so.
Time to hunt.
There's someone in here. They're gonna see me. I gotta move. Okay, we're gonna rat max chat. We're gonna go and rat. You guys not fight other players or what? YouTube chat? Don't get it? What? I'm sorry. I'm not actually sorry. Take the claymores. You're right! I can pick up the claymores. I forgot. Shout out Twitch chat. Good point, bro. I totally forgot I have that ability now. What a goat. Sub Glorpinity. Prefer the long shot or Outland? And why Outland? Thanks. Well, obviously the Outland. Especially like if you're in a queue that you're likely to fight people who have green shields or below, the Outland's better. Like, this guy was probably already slightly damaged, so that's why I one-shotted him. Because that wasn't even a headshot. The robots probably were already hitting him. But the Outland does a ton of damage. People weren't kidding about prime time. I'm rich maxing. Oh, are you doing well now, Blue? That's good. Okay. It's time to rat max, chat. I don't think I can pick up this Claymore. I have to walk too far into its trigger zone. I can do this one, I think. There we go. Look at that. Let's go in sneaky beaky like. I don't need to do that one. Did he push the button? I don't think I can't see from here. Sweet. First time saw this tech. You need level VI Arachne, I think. You need to max your Arachne tree. So you need to buy all the non-VIP faction upgrades for Arachne, and then you'll be able to unlock it. It's the Roman numeral VI for Arachne, I believe. The 6. The 6. Saw on Twitter how good Syac VIP contracts were, but this is really nuts. Learning to understand progressing factions is the first play from the session here. If you like to use the knife, I highly recommend leveling up your Arachne, because the Arachne melee implants are actually super busted. And the implant purchases are crazy, but you probably want to focus more on like getting credits and being able to purchase self-revives and shit first. Does it require prestige loot? The prestige requirements to upgrade factions this season are really not that bad. The biggest hindrances to upgrading your factions this season are going to be green salvage and purples. You need so many purples. Like predictive frameworks, neural insulations, and reflex coils and ballistic turbines aren't too bad. But yeah, all of those. Okay, I think one of the things they did, so because people complained about bio lenses specifically last season for the purple salvages, they made it so you don't need like any bio lens seeds. So those are fine. But like predictive frameworks, neural installations, you need like 18 billion of them. And they did not make them more common, unlike prestige. So prestige salvage, you get more of them now, and also you need way less total to unlock all your shit. So I don't know. It like the marathon team, as much as I love this game, they make a lot of perplexing balance decisions. It like genuinely confuses me, some of the decision making. I don't know if it's like a top-down thing, or if the person who has like the final pass on the variables for them is out of touch with the game. But a lot of it feels a little bit like not well thought out. And that's not, I'm not like shitting on the devs or whatever, but it feels like a bit detached from the actual gameplay experience, or like not well thought out. Oh, it's not dual wield outlets here. It says pocket change. No, don't want that. Prestige is hard to find. Couldn't grind complex. So prestige, your best way to get prestige is now going to be in probably purple and above key rooms. Cryo, pinwheel. The pinwheel Reiki room still drops it sometimes. Excuse me. But even all that compared to last season, prestige salvage is still more common than last season. Watch it, buddy. Critiques are bad. Okay, Blue, here's the thing, right? So Twitter people are really dumb. I love this game. I think there's a lot of valid issues with the game, and I'm gonna speak my mind on things I don't like about the game because I enjoy it. I'm not gonna be like, this game is perfect and it has no issues. I don't know. Also, all the critiques I give are from the perspective of somebody who does have a lot more time to play. So like I responded to somebody in chat who said that they don't have any prestige salvage. That's because they have less experience in the game. They don't have as much time to play. And those are valid too. I'm not saying that they're like a shitter and they don't deserve to have prestige salvage. But them not having prestige salvage... Fuck! Fuck you, man. GG's, buddy. Have a good one.
Oh, man, you suck so bad as an assassin, dude. It's
Whoa, bro. I said GG's and you're talking shit?
You just go invisible, dude. That's the dumbest thing
You can pick the character too, motherfucker. Nobody's stopping you.
Well, pick something that's worth a crap, you piece of shit.
You died! He is a fucking Missy! And he's talking shit and he died there? Dude. I didn't mean to send him a friend request. Oh, he's not on Steam. He's an Xbox player. Okay. Whatever, bro. What was I saying? Yeah, so the guy in chat's complaint isn't necessarily, so it could be that salvage is too rare for the average player, or it could be they just don't know where to look. So, like, let's say there's a newbie player that's only played perimeter, for example. Them saying that they haven't found any prestige salvage, it's because prestige salvage should be extremely rare in perimeter, right? So they shouldn't have found any. Like, they haven't done any key rooms, they've just ran normal perimeter. It would make sense that they haven't found it, right? That there's, like, when you're critiquing the game, especially a game like this that is as complex and in-depth and with as much, like, scaling as there is, it's kind of important to know who's giving the critique and, like, who you're trying to cater to with the audience. So when I'm speaking my mind, I'm not, like, expecting Marathon to go out of their way to fix all the things that I want to see fixed within the balance. But when I say something is perplexing, I'm just confused as to why they would do it, because it doesn't really make sense within the scope of the game as a whole, as somebody who's played it a lot. Am I dropping frames right now? Of course I'm dropping frames. I hope you guys enjoy looking at a fucking buffer! Any day now I'm going to stop dropping frames. Any day now I'm going to stop dropping frames and it's going to stop buffering. You guys are actually going to be able to hear me. How am I still dropping frames? Bro. Oh. We got green bars again. Oh, and we're dropping more. Okay, never mind. This is amazing. You can hear me fine on YouTube. There's fair odds it's gonna start buffering any second now. Like, I'm currently dropping a shitload of frames. Oh, now I got 3 out of 4 bars again. Come on, give me 4. Yes! Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back now, chat. Okay. Almost 5% dropped frames this fucking stream. Insane. And we're down to 2 bars again. Dude, I can't. What is going on with my internet? Phone internet only lets me watch at 360p, so I don't see any glitches. Another thing could be is if you're watching slightly delayed, like maybe if you do have a slower internet, if there's more buffer that you're already downloading, you're probably not buffering. But, like, people who are, like, 1 second delayed with, like, minimal delay, when there's a frame drop, they get buffered, I believe is how it works. How long until crowd? We got another hour left. Rah. All right, knife only. Let's go. Hopping into the better internet fund. I'm working on it, bro. You can't just fucking fix the internet overnight. I have to find some place to move. I already have the best internet possible in my area, bro. The point of that fund was to, like, give myself, like, a bit more mental safety in the fact that I probably have decent odds of making this a thing if I do end up moving, because if I end up fucking moving, like, it's fucking expensive. Okay? I'm working on it. Got the brain freeze weapon mod. Don't know how good it is, but I'd like to try it. I think it's going to end up like the mod that does explosion damage on Elim, where it's, like, kind of underwhelming. I forget which one that's called. Somebody over there that just triggered birds. Sit over there. Oh. Or glass break. Hmm. How crazy would it be if I died here? we go. Easy. Porch bug? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Lost so many gold mods and gained so many golds in turn. In reference to what specifically? Like a cry or something? You gotta use the 3-piece combo instead of spamming right-click. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. I'm used to having melee implants. So if I had my melee implants, I could have 2 right-click that guy. But I don't have melee implants. So the correct solution there would have been to right-click and then triple left-click combo. That would have been the correct solution. I just fucked it up. It is what it is. Just discussing how loot comes and goes. That's all? Yeah. Gotcha. Marathon is a hardcore PvP shooter. Hardcore PvP shooters take a long time to snowball a user base. Is that true? Is that true? I'm trying to think. Hardcore PvP shooters that didn't take a long time to snowball. Also, that's like assuming... Okay, one of the concerns people have... So, this game has a lot of potential and a lot of sauce, and I think it can grow a player base. One of the concerns people have... is whether or not Sony will give them the time or if Bungie gets shut down. Like, there's variables outside of the control of the people developing the game if they can't get a player base in time, right? We don't know any of the behind-the-scenes stuff going on there, though. All we know is that Sony has stated, for now, that Marathon looks promising and they're trying to grow the player base. But with the current dropping player numbers, I don't know what their next announcement's going to be. Because any announcements like that where it's like, oh, we're dedicated to Marathon and growing the game, that only counts until the next quarter's numbers come out. Are the numbers going to be low enough that they're like, fuck it, we're pulling the plug? Or are they going to remain committed? We don't know. We just don't know. Valorant took off in less than a year. People were fiending to get in the beta. Yeah. Sony said years of support, like you said, shit could change each quarter. Yeah, Sony said plenty of shit about Concord, and that shit literally shut down within a month, didn't it? And I hate to make the Concord comparison because, like, people are like, Marathon is Concord 3, and that's a really dumb comparison. But if we're talking insofar as, like, what statements a company has made in relation to a game and how quickly they can change if the numbers just aren't there, I'd say Concord could be comparable as far as it could be shut down if the numbers aren't there. And that doesn't reflect I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, if Marathon can't get players, that is Marathon and Bungie's fault. They weren't able to appeal to enough players in time. They fucked up too many things. Like, and I'm not saying this is in like, oh, Bungie should suffer for their transgressions or whatever. I think that's really, really omega cringe. But what I'm trying to say is if they're gonna publish a game with like, and like the second season is gonna have as many bugs as it has in this state right now, they're not able to fix them very quickly. Season 2 content was pretty underwhelming, but we already kind of expected that. But with how much they like fucked up Season 2, like that's like not the haters' fault. That's not the fault of Bungie, like, already having bad press because they're woke or whatever. That's literally just the devs falling short of the audience's expectations. And that's totally different. Question was, hardcore PvP shooters take a long time to snowball a user base? Well, number one, that's not even a question. Valorant is a hardcore shooter who has a huge marketing budget like Sony had for this game. My argument is that games should just reel back on its competitive side. I think that's the way that they're trying to move with more PvE type stuff. Like with Vault Breakers and shit. I think that's the way they're trying to move with things. Season 3 might be underwhelming as well. Only perimeter rework. I don't know. For Season 3, we're expecting the perimeter rework, a new shell, new weapons, and they said a lot of other new content and surprises. So Season 3 is supposed to be a pretty significant update. I don't think you need a brand new map to have a significant update. Like, Season 2, the content was nice. It was a little bit sparse, but I think if they just didn't, number one, fuck up the code by reintroducing old bugs and making new bugs. Like, if Season 2 launched perfectly, if they launched and there were no server issues, if there were no new bugs, if they didn't bring back old bugs, and if they didn't fuck up the progression with the loot tables and stuff, I think right now we'd probably have, like, double the player base. But they kind of fucking blew everything up. And also, like, we had the Destiny 2 final update, which also made a huge impact on the player count. I don't know. Hopefully they learn some lessons from the launch of Season 2, and they can make Season 3 a lot smoother. I love Marathon. It's going to hit 1 million players tomorrow. I know it, dude. You know what? I agree. I actually fully agree with that. I like this guy's positivity. Y'all at Season 5, trust that's the 2.0 patch? Honestly, it fucking might be. With how much it's looking like they might have to rework the game with its focus away from PvP into more PvE stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a big 2.0 update for Season 5 where they try to rejuvenate the game with a significant remix of game progression and the actual idea behind what the game is. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Camo active.
Sucks because Upper Complex was actually a pretty cool design. Like, Upper Complex is still cool and fun to do. But, like, okay, here's another thing, right? So, I talked about this, I responded to somebody on Twitter. So, let's say even if they didn't fuck with the loot tables and make everything print a shitload of golds. Think about this, right, guys? So, we had the Cradle, we had new progression systems that used items and loot to progress. So if we're thinking about Season 1 as a comparison base, number one, with the wipe and launch of Season 2, people are already going to be progressing faster because we've already resolved all of the current content in the game. So barring some sort of serious mix-up on spawn rates or rearranging the maps, stuff like that, people are going to be already progressing much faster to begin with. In Season 1, Cryo Archive was locked for the first month of the game. It was like for like a month and a half, Cryo did not even exist. So that also throttled how fast people were progressing. Season 2, let's say they didn't fuck up the spawn tables. Let's say there was no Upper Complex. On launch of Season 2, people already knew how to loot all the maps and where to go and how to do Upper Outpost. You can, what's the level requirement for Outpost? Like level 12? You can hit level 12 in a day. You can hit level 12 in a day and just farm Upper Outpost. So that already gave people more items. I don't think you could play Outpost until like the second week or something, right? Or like later in the first week, some shit like that. Yeah, you could do Outpost right off rip. It was like a week and a half off of launch. Cryo unlocked instead of a month, so that started printing golds. Like, even if they didn't fuck with the drop rates and shit, people were still going to progress the season way faster. And I don't know what the solution would have been to throttle that. I don't know if they had a solution or if they had anticipated it. But it feels like even in the face of tweaking the drop rates, they should have already had an idea that people would have been progressing notably faster than Season 1. So outright buffing all of the loot tables was also a bit of a perplexing change. Like, buffing everything globally was kind of odd. I don't know. They need someone curating the loot tables artificially. I mean, that is a solution. The problem you run into that is, I feel like Perimeter, Dire Marsh, Outpost, and Cryo feel like they should be sequentially awarding you better stuff. But yeah, it's just, this is like a balancing nightmare. It is like easy as a gamer to sit on my fat ass and like yap about, they should just fix the game and it would just be better. The reality is, like, in game dev, there's like so many different variables, and it's even more than just like adjusting a bunch of numbers. There's like all sorts of code that goes into it, and like psychology. It's like there's so much. None of it really matters. GTA is going to make everyone go out of business. That's the other thing. So Season 3 has a solid 2 months into. Wait, what day does GTA 6 drop? It's like mid-November, right? Mid-late November. Season 3 has literally 2 months until the player base takes a huge hit. 11/24. Yeah, so literally 2 months from season 3 until it's another Destiny 2 final update situation where half or more of the player base are just going to leave to go play GTA. GTA 6 will be the biggest disappointment known to man and will be very divisive. Okay, do you guys want to hear my take on GTA 6? I think GTA 6 is going to be launched in a acceptable state. It's going to be pretty polished. I think it's going to... So a lot of people have way too high of expectations. I think the game is going to be good. However, it's going to be console only, locked to 30 FPS. There's a lot of shit that they're holding behind, like the deluxe edition, and people don't understand whether or not that's like a significant amount of content or if it's like just like a barbershop that gives extra special styles or something like that. We don't really know what the deluxe edition pre-order stuff is actually going to be yet. GTA 6 will be GTA 5 2.0. Yeah, I think GTA 6 won't be like an underwhelming disappointment. I think it's going to be a really big and a really good game, though. The scope and all that, I think it's going to be really good. I'm not going to give a shit. I don't care. I'm not buying a PlayStation to go play it. I'm going to wait until it comes to PC. That's my take. I don't know. GTA 6 will be a fun game, but I think people aren't seeing how much the game will be pushed into GTA Online, and it will be a smaller game than GTA 5 single player. I don't think so. I think the single player, they have to meet or at least slightly exceed GTA 5, at least its scope. So I haven't played all the GTA games. I remember GTA 5's campaign. Outside of the online, GTA 5 single player was very well received. People liked it. I don't know how it is from like a writing standpoint or whatever, but like it was generally very well received. I'd imagine GTA 6 also going to be the same. Probably going to... Literally, why the fuck are you in here? Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me! I'm sorry, bro. Where the fuck did that guy come from? Why was he there?
USC reinforcements incoming.
Oh, he was using the KKV. That's why I lost, by the way. Bro's just fucking waiting. Jesus Christ, man. All right. Okay. I'll take it, though. Damn. Holy free kit. Yeah, this was like, this was probably like a green or a blue sponsor kit. Yeah, let me use these patch kits. To be frank, they're adding PvE for the community. Wasn't originally to attract new players. This is the stream summary I got. Lorpinity is knife only in cryo, battling frame drops while yapping about Marathon's future. I'm yapping? Big topics, Season 2 bugs and tanking the player base, whether Sony pulls the plug like Concord. That's like a 6 out of 10 summary. Switch green, blue shield. There's no blue shield. Oh, it's in my inventory. Looks like a real loadout. I think this was a blue sponsor kit. Like the stuff that he had, I think it was a blue sponsor kit. I don't know what the fuck that guy... I think he was just ratting and waiting. This is not a... That's not a great place to rat and wait. Especially, like... I think that was probably a new player with how he was using the KKV. Bro, you can't be using the K... What? When the fuck did this get opened? Was he doing the elevator here? I'm so confused. What happened? I actually don't know what's going on. Because the way the buzzer's sounding, I think somebody else already activated their workstation. He hacked it and moved on? No, he didn't. This is not hacked. So did this guy activate this, go run in that room after killing one robot because he heard me coming or something? I'm genuinely so confused. Someone opening on the other side? I know. I just said that. Wait, why did it stop? There we go. Lock in, chat.
Stealth engaged.
Who the fuck is this guy? I'm sorry, I ratted the shit out of you. GG's. Whoa! We did it, chat. Guys, pro tip. Marathon players are like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. If you don't move, they can't see you. He had no idea I was behind that door. He had no clue. Oh, I already have one. Please have red key cards. Who the fuck has all the red key cards, dog? There's somebody else on the map. -1 player count, true. Tried your solo key strat yesterday in perimeter. Waited a while and mined the tunnel key room. Player shut up and dies to the mines. Got all the loot myself. Nice, yeah. Ratting for 10 minutes to let a lot of people die off in exfil is a good strat. A lot of the time, you won't even see anyone. Especially on perimeter, a lot of people just do quests in exfil. Not a whole ton of people sticking around. That was your buddy? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, buddy. We got 40 minutes until cryo, chat. 40 minutes. Ugh. Yo, fighted me already? I'm pretty sure I've already warned you before. You gotta improve your attitude, bro. You gotta improve. You gotta turn that frown upside down. Okay? Is your final warning. I will time you out. You're a regular in chat, and I respect that. However, if you're gonna be negative to other chatters, you will be escorted out. Okay? You gotta settle down. You gotta play nice in the sandbox, okay? Dude, where the fuck is this last guy with the other 2 keys? I think I might actually just have to kill these commanders to try and get the key to drop. This fucking rat's probably gonna pull up. Try to kill these guys.
Camo filter engaged.
Sir Glorp, I was just bullying the one dude bullying me, having a good conversation with the other dudes. God, bro. Whatever. My warning still remains, okay? Want to see you improve that attitude, okay? That's it. Sorry, I ate the red keys. I was hungry, bruh. Hold on, watch this. I'll use the tech on him. Womp. Oh. Whoop. 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 Got him. Can I please heal? There we go. Jesus Christ. Hurry troll, throwing them off the side of the map. That's possible. Matter fixative only. Bruh. Yeah. Let me think. Let's take the shell ID. Okay, it is quiet. I think there's fucking... If there is a guy left on the map, he is mega ratting right now, dude. Can I please have a red key, bro? Please. I'm asking nicely. Can one of these guys please drop a red key for me? Bro. Try to farm the armories. I mean, yeah, but I don't have a lot of keys. Like, I don't have a lot of bonus keys. And I only have 3 minutes.
Camo active.
Secured resources? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. That'll spawn a bunch of commanders. It's not on this wing, though. It's going to be on the other one.
3 minutes. Locate an exfil immediately.
Is this the hunt for rat October? I don't want to hunt this guy. I just want to open the red key room here. Circuit breaky, circuit breaky, circuit breaky, give it! It's not gonna be circuit breaky. Rah. Let's do the secured resource. Get hip fired, idiot. Sheesh. Got 2 minutes. Not a whole lot of time.
Prepare for increased hostile.
Know how to inspect the knife? I meant cancel the lunge animation on bots for faster DPS. You look away from the bot and then you turn to him. Watch, I'll use this wall as an example. So you see I'm hitting the wall here? This is about the max range for the knife. Look over here, I'm not hitting it. Watch this. You see that? So do that. You look away from the bot and then you look towards them as you're swinging.
Tossing camo.
Yeah, I think we just gotta leave. I mean, I think a commander just spawned. We can try killing this guy. We only have 1 minute, though.
60 seconds.
Ah, it's not gonna be enough time. We just leave. Ah. Circuit breaky? Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna make that. We gotta go for final. Start the swing off target. Yeah. Bro, what is going on? Feels like I'm on a slip and slide right now. This connection sucks. Oh! Okay, we're just gonna wait for final to spawn. Just gonna hang out in here. This is a good spot. Actually, I'm gonna get seen by the robots over there. Go like right up here. Okay, whatever. That was the thing going up, right? Yeah, okay. Alright.
If we separate,
Let's get out of here, chat.
Camo filter engaged.
There you go. Let's leave. I got like nothing. Kind of sucks, but whatever. It's gonna walk, not make a bunch of noise. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Very underwhelming loot. Didn't get a third red key. Kind of sucks. Whatever, though. Motherfuckers be exfilling with the red keys. Yeah. Asked a dude in game chat who was exfilling if he had any red keys, and he dropped them before the exfil went off. Bro, why do people be doing that? What the hell? All right, tea is consumed. I'm done with my tea now, chat. There we go. That was my first red key drop for cryo. I'm still shaking. What? What is he talking about? All those. Ah. How long we got until cryo? 30 minutes. Hold up. You know what we haven't watched in a couple days? Marathon clips. Marathon daily clips. This one has no Misra clips, allegedly. Oh, wait. I got laid off from Bungie. React content? We get... Is this good? Is this
different type of video today because, well...
Chat. We're gonna watch I Got Laid Off from Bungie. I don't know who this guy is. We're gonna watch this. I watched them yesterday. No, I didn't watch any marathon clips yesterday. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. What are you talking about? Okay. Title mismatch. Okay. Oh, hey, whose video is that? That's a really good thumbnail. Guys, if I were you, I'd click on this video right here. This is a good one. Okay. Lock in, chat. What do we got here? We got I laid off. I can't read. Chat, we got I Got Laid Off from Bungie. Hosted by I Maldo. Subscribe and I will pet my dog. That's it for the info. Looks like he does a fair amount of tech review stuff. But apparently, he used to be employed at Bungie. Specifically in the thumbnail, you can see here, that is a marathon badge that he has. Yo, Walrus, thank you for the primary sub. Guys, right there, I know there's already an arrow pointing to it, but I can draw my own too. Look at this. See, I can draw arrows too. That... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Right there. Marathon. So this guy was working on Marathon, got laid off still. So I'm interested to see what this guy has to say. It's about 9 minutes long.
Different type of video today because, well, as you've probably seen in the title of this video, I got laid off from my job. I've never mentioned this on my channel before, but for the last 4 years, I've been working at Bungie. If you don't...
Okay, so this is an important note. So in the thumbnail, he has the marathon badge. And he said he's been employed there for 4 years. So this guy was not a contractor. A lot of the people that got laid off from Bungie, especially on the marathon side, were a lot of contractors. This guy was actually on the team.
Know who Bungie is? It's a video game studio. They're responsible for making games like Halo, Destiny, and Marathon. I mean, honestly, I kind of have to explain that part because I've been asked so many times where I work, and it's followed up by, is that like some sort of Bungie cord company? And
Bro, okay, if your channel is gaming related, I think most people watching probably know what Bungie is. I think he mentioned he's under NDA. We're gonna find out.
I guess that kind of does make sense. But last week, I was notified that my job had been impacted and I had been let go alongside so many of my colleagues. I mean, if you stay up to date with the news, I'm sure you've seen this already.
Oh, yeah.
It truly is a sad day, not just for myself, but for so many hardworking people. Now, obviously, I'm sad and disappointed. In some ways, it's even hard to understand. I mean, it's kind of like a cycle. Sometimes you're feeling a little bit better. You're kind of starting to feel like normal. and then you kind of start feeling a little bit gloomy again, and it kind of doesn't make any sense. And I'm sure there's people who have been laid off.
I mean, the unfortunate reality is that it's kind of how the gaming industry works, right? It's sort of cyclical. There's like the sort of boom and bust cycle, especially with the cycle of game development. Games are like dropped once, especially in these big studios. They take forever to develop, and they drop once every like 3 or 4 years. And especially if that game doesn't do well, people get cut. I mean, even like a lot of people who have been at those companies for a long time. It's just the unfortunate reality of the industry, I think. I think that, like, you can say it's like executive in suits all you want, but gaming, with how long it takes to produce games, especially at AAA studios, it's kind of hard to avoid doing layoffs, especially after a big project is completed. It's kind of hard to justify having 100% of the people still employed unless you already have a big project ready to go right away, right?
And they completely understand what I'm talking about. I've never been laid off before, so these feelings are brand new. I've always left a job on my own terms when I've found something else or moved somewhere. So yeah, this is all pretty fresh to me. This is all new. I'm in unknown territory for myself. My title when I was at Bungie was mostly Employee Services Administrator, and then
okay. Employee Services Administrator, owned the strategy and execution of high impact studio operation. Okay, so this guy was actually kind of high up on the food chain. So he was like probably sort of like directing a lot of people and responsible for overwatching people's daily responsibilities, focusing on navigating ambiguity and leading something. Yeah, so this guy actually had a pretty middle manager. I don't know. Maybe he had more to do than that. Maybe he was a creative who got promoted to this position. Let's
I got bumped up to senior administrator. Basically, I handle things like vendors, on-site, off-site events, studio-wide projects, basically logistics, and I did a lot of stuff in Excel spreadsheets.
I know a lot of people shit on like middle managers and stuff, and I'm sure a lot of middle managers are kind of I'm sure there's a lot of middle managers out there that kind of slack off or whatever, but there is something to be said about people who are good at logistics and can allocate people correctly. That's one skill that I kind of need to get better at, is allocating people and like finding talented people to like help me out and then figuring out how to coordinate that. I'm getting a little bit of experience working with my editor doing that, but it is a genuine skill. That's not to say that all middle managers are very skilled at what they do or hardworking or whatever, or contribute a whole bunch, but don't write him off right away just because he's a middle manager.
It's kind of like the dirty work, as some of you might say. But
okay, I would not call what middle managers do dirty work. To be fair, I've never worked in a corporate environment before, but dirty work is not what I would use to describe it. I think dirty work would be like the 3D modelers or riggers and stuff. Those people, I would say, is dirty work because it's very tedious.
Projects, basically logistics, and I did a lot of stuff in Excel spreadsheets. It's kind of like the dirty work, as some of you might say. I don't know, but at the same time, I kind of like the role because they didn't just silo me into like a certain sector of the company. I was able to kind of communicate and talk to just about everyone.
Okay.
Which I honestly thought was pretty cool. A lot of my time was spent in the office, meeting people face to face. And while I do prefer remote work, I can't lie that being able to meet people and communicate in person definitely had an impact, especially.
I'm sure the fact that the offices are located in Bellevue, Washington helps a lot. Isn't Bellevue like a super bougie place? So if you're getting paid hella money to go live and work in Bellevue, Washington, I'm sure also like Bungie is full of like creative people, like all the like level of quality of not even just the end result of Marathon, but like the concept art. Like, you guys have seen the concept stuff from ArtStation? The people working at Bungie are insanely talented. So I would like, I think it actually would be a lot of fun to be in this guy's position where you're in charge of delegating and managing those people and getting to know them, because it would just be so fascinating to be surrounded by people who are like so high level at what they do and have such a combined and narrow focus on making such cool shit. That would be a lot of fun.
Impact on how I felt at the company. It felt really good at the company. It felt like I knew a lot of people, and I think that was due to me being in the office and just meeting people for so long, which I think is a reason why losing my job here is a bit weirder and harder for me to wrap my head around at the moment, because I really like the team mentality, and it was really just vastly different from the other places that I've worked post college, which oddly enough, Bungie felt like that in a way. It felt more like a college workplace, if that makes any sense. It was just a super collaborative environment. I know it does
I think to get like concept and games that like at the AAA level, I know I say this, I've never been like a big Bungie fan or whatever, but like for a AAA studio to come up with something as new and refreshing as Marathon, especially visually, I think you kind of have to have an environment that is not super super directive. Like I would imagine Activision, Blizzard, Ubisoft, I'm sure these are like very routine by metrics, all that shit, because like they pump out the same games every year, like FIFA, Call of Duty, all that. I think not super corporate. Yeah. I think the fact that Bungie, according to this guy, has more of a laid back sort of collaborative methodology is what lends itself to making what came to be Marathon, which is so cool. Yo, Octave, thank you for the reset.
good to like dwell on the past.
Crazy face reveal. I know, I'm very handsome.
Things are still pretty fresh.
I like this guy's glasses. These are cool glasses.
It's kind of hard not to be nostalgic and
fine.
kind of look and remember the people and things that you did just literally a month ago. And it's definitely hard to wrap your head around when you're like, yeah, it's finite. Like it's over, you know, like it's done. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be bitter. I'm not. I mean, I had the time of my life working at Bungie, and the last 4 years have been great.
We got another 4 minutes. What I'd like to see him talk about is like if he has any insight on what it looks like for the Marathon team, especially because in the thumbnail he was holding up the Marathon badge. He hasn't mentioned Marathon at all. So I really would like to hear him talk about the game, or like where he thinks it's headed, or like maybe issues with development. I don't know if he can or if he has NDA or whatever, but I would like to hear
They were definitely a lot better than the 4 years at other companies that I had spent. I had a great time. I met and worked alongside some of the best people in the industry. I learned so much and grew as an individual here. I was able to accomplish things and do things that I honestly never thought I would be able to do, especially when I was in school. So I never thought I was going to work at Bungie. I remember when I first moved up to Washington State, and my wife was working at Starbucks back then, and she told me a few people from Bungie came in and were ordering coffee, and I just thought that was so awesome, like so weirdly cool, because I was like, I didn't even know they were in Washington. I honestly never looked.
This gives me vibes of like Agent's got a job right now. He's not in chat. But Agent, when he pulls up in chat, is like, yeah, I was just hanging out with my buddies, because like Agent lives in Washington. I don't know where exactly, but he like knows people at Bungie. He like goes to the mall or whatever. He sees his Bungie friends there. It is kind of interesting. I don't know how big Seattle is with community or whatever, if there's like a low enough player count in that city to have people who like know each other, but it is kind of interesting that like you're like seeing
of the office,
these people like around and about.
Too, I was still playing Destiny 2 at the time. Like I was remembering, playing.
Nice Starbucks GF flex, bro. Yeah, I was just talking about my wife. That's right, I'm married. Okay, Prison Mike. He didn't say it like that. It's not what he said.
And I'm just like, there's this mystique around gaming studios. I didn't even realize that, come to find out only a few years later, that I'd be walking through the front doors of the studio as an employee myself. Which, yeah, I mean, like, the thumbnail shows it, but like this is from the Marathon launch party. And
oh, just the launch party? Okay, maybe he doesn't have that much insight. Like, if it's just the launch party badge, then maybe he doesn't know that much about
my YouTube
what's going on with the project.
Handle right there. There's a photo of me. Got this cool destroyer on fire image on the back. Got this like PlayStation controller.
Pretty we got a free branded PlayStation controller? Oh, that's good. At first glance, I thought the YouTube thumbnail had Charlie Kirk and said the Kirky breaker, then realized it was William Def.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to open that. That's a cool little thing just to keep in the box, I feel like. But yeah, this is like the first thing I got when I started working there. I mean, like, one of the first things. I don't know if you can kind of see that there, but like.
Bungie Noob 2022? What is this knickknack?
2022. This is like a noob sword that you get upon like working there. Cool little wooden sword that I can prop up on the wall now. I mean, those are some cool little items that I've gotten, you know, throughout the years. And there's so many more, but these are just the ones here around my my desk right now. I mean, at the end of the day,
is there a Recon statue at Bungie? Because posing next to Recon Alt.
But these are just the ones here around my my desk right now. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just like you guys. Was a kid playing Halo on my original Xbox, Halo 1, 2, getting a 360, playing 3. Then, like I said, playing Destiny 2 while I was in college. Never once did it cross my mind that I would even be able to work at the studio alongside the creators of these games that I've played for so many hours throughout my life. So yeah, I'm incredibly proud of the work that I was able to accomplish while I was there. Truly, it was so awesome. I think I left my mark on the studio in different ways that I think are going to be there for a long.
Bro, please. There's 2 minutes left in the video. Please tell us about Martin. Please tell us about Marathon.
I'm going to miss it, which is like why this absolutely sucks. It's kind of hard to accept that all good things have to come to an end eventually. And I can't grow if I'm just staying stagnant. There's this quote that I saw a while back that's like definitely 4 times like these.
Like, okay. I understand with the layoffs. At the end of the day, the biggest people who suffer are the people who lost their jobs. But I'm suffering too, okay? I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not concerned for Marathon's future. Okay, you got laid off from the company. You're a middle manager. You know something about what's going on at Marathon. Bro, please. I don't know if you have an NDA, but please, you have 2 minutes left. Please tell us something about Marathon, please.
And it's the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason. What's in front of you is more important than what's behind you. And things like that just kind of keep me motivated for what's going to happen next. Whatever that is. At least that's kind of like what I'm telling myself. So basically, when one door closes, another one opens. I hope I'm not butchering that quote. I'm just going to take some time, going to play some games before I'm thinking about what to do next. And I mean, yeah, luckily now I can, you know, take some time and start making some more content, being a bit more frequent and consistent with that. I mean, like I'm going to have a lot more free time to make videos, some games as, I mean, I'm not going to.
God. He didn't tell us anything. They have to have playtest motherfuckers on NDAs that definitely got a pew-pew to his head not to say a word about it. So I'm less concerned about like what's upcoming for Marathon. I know that this guy and like the devs and stuff probably know about like upcoming content. I just want to hear from somebody on the inside who like has an idea of what the team's like right now and like what the future of Marathon is looking like. So far, from what we know on Twitter about people announcing, like the people who work at Bungie saying that they're committed to continuing to work on the game because they're passionate about it, I would like to hear some like ball knowledge on what somebody who just got laid off or is currently working at Bungie thinks the outlook looks like for the game. If they're hopeful, like I'm hopeful for the game and I can acknowledge that things aren't looking good. I'm wondering if they have like ball knowledge on some hype shit that might save the game. Might want to react to this YouTube video called After 200 Plus Hours. I realize extraction shooters are miserable to play. How recently was that uploaded? By the way, guys, check out this Glorpinity TV shout out. Okay, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers. We're really close to getting monetized. Okay, we're at 906, guys. Please help us get monetized on the new channel. Okay, if you're not already, go subscribe to Glorpinity TV. Who the fuck is this guy? Nico Palermo, this game is dead. This game is dead. Marathon's dead. That's why he's not playing it. No patch. Okay, you are being normal on the Season 2 launch stream, and for a few streams after that, and now you're just in chat showing up every day saying this game's dead, this game's dead. Nico Palermo, 1972. Okay, so let me ask you a question, Nico. Number one, why are you using your full-ass government name as your YouTube username? That's bad OPSEC. Number two, were you born in 1972? Are you 50 years old in my YouTube chat talking shit about a video game? Number three, if you have no intention of spreading positivity in my chat room, I will ask you politely to leave, or you will be escorted out brutally and viciously with me clicking on the ban button. Is a choose your own adventure type deal. Okay, let me look at this video. After 200 hours, I realize extraction shooters are miserable to play. Let's take a look. I'm 46 and gaming strong. I'm not saying you're like too old at like in your 40s. I'll probably be playing video games until I'm really fucking old, bro. That's not my point. My point is like if you are like the age of if you had a kid in your 20s, your kid should be an adult by now. If you're spending your free fucking time in YouTube streams talking shit about a video game and its future dying, you should probably do some self-reflection, is my point. All right, let's check out this video. After 200 plus hours, I realize extraction shooters are miserable to play by Dom Gaming. Okay, so there's an issue with this video. So right away, I like 19 hours ago. This is an AI-generated profile picture. This is AI-generated. Subscribe for a beer. Oh my god. Is this AI voice too?
So, I've realized something recently.
Okay, it's not AI voice. Just use a fucking photo of yourself! You don't even have a faceless channel! Why did you AI generate your profile picture, dog? Are you just drinking and talking shit on the genre? I don't really give a shit. If this video blows up, if it gets like 50,000 views, I'll look back at it. But I think this is just kind of slop. Hold on, let me time this guy out. He never responded to me. Nico, goodbye. See you never. You're permanently banned. All right, guys, we got 10 minutes until cryo. Does anybody have a good video we should react to? Anybody at all? Glorp, with all due respect, you did have an AI photo of Glorpcat for a while. Okay, listen here, Biak Frost Diaz. Number one, I have a faceless YouTube channel, so I have an excuse. Number two, I didn't just have an AI profile picture of a cat. I also used an AI-generated PNG tuber and also AI-generated voice text-to-speech based on my own voice. Okay, that's completely different. If you have a YouTube channel where it's literally, there's a camera pointed at you in the video, why would you make your branding an AI-generated image? It makes no sense at all. It doesn't make, like, if you have an AI slop channel, it's like, okay, you're just posting slop. It looks like he actually made effort on this video. Like, no disrespect to the guy, but it looks like he put the time into properly. Oh, hey, Bam's in here. He put in the fucking time to edit a video. He recorded. He did the voiceover. Why is he using AI branding? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Like, if you're going to use AI slop, commit to the AI slop. If you're going to put effort into it, don't use AI slop because you're, like, actively harming your reputation for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That Xeno feels thumbnails rocket. You like it? The video's underperforming, but I didn't expect it to perform well within the established audience who just like marathon stuff. But I have hope that if it gets pushed to a broader gaming audience, people will click on it. Let's just calm down. I don't think I'm going to be calming down. I think we're actually going to be screaming for the next 4 hours. Have I watched Seraph's new matchmaking video? I've not. Controversy around Marathon's matchmaking. Seraph Max, best known for Marathon Mythbusters. He takes rumors in the Marathon community, puts them to the test, okay, determines whether or not they're fact or cap.
This is probably the most controversial and
on.
least understood aspect of Marathon right now. I'm going to talk about what we know about matchmaking with real sources from the devs themselves.
Okay. Regardless of what they have said about the matchmaking, I know that they've been pretty tight-lipped, which they should. We know for certain that there's some sort of level-based matchmaking or hours-based played matchmaking. I know this specifically because I have family shared on a second account, and when I played that one, I was only matched with new players. So there has to be some sort of matchmaking like that. It feels like there's some sort of gear-based matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking, something. It feels like outside of the level-based matchmaking stuff, it's kind of up in the air. We don't really know too much. Most charismatic marathon streamer? Yeah, this guy rules.
Arguments
We're going to be collabing with him next week, maybe.
For skill-based or level-based matchmaking, and why people's feelings around these issues are so strong. I'm Seraph. I don't waste any of your time. Let's get right into it. What we know. What do we actually know about how matchmaking is done in Marathon? We only have a few bits of info based on interviews with the developers. Here are those bits. The assistant game director of Marathon stated, there's not going to be a skill-based matchmaking based on skill, but there's going to be matchmaking based on your runner level. So basically, it's not skill-based matchmaking.
I didn't know it was like actually officially confirmed. Okay, so according to the game director, yes, 100%.
They also stated that during the beginning of Season 2, newer players would be matched mostly with other new players. Also in Season 2, they stated that they were implementing a new system, especially for higher-end players, that would allow more flex and lead to better quality matches with those higher skill players.
We're aware of this. They announced it on Twitter.
Actually, no. Everything else is speculation and education.
Really?
Guesses.
That's literally it? I thought, this guy's the ball knowledge guy. That's literally it. So I believe him when he says that's all that's official.
For level-based and skill-based matchmaking. I know people have really, really strong opinions here. If you land on one side or the other side after this, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your perspective. So first of all, let's start.
Me personally, guys, I am actually pro skill-based matchmaking. I think that skill-based matchmaking results in higher quality matches for everyone. The noobs don't get noob stomped. If you're bringing in proper gear, you're fighting against people who also have proper gear. And if you win, you come out with actual gear, and you're rewarded for playing well. If the high-end players are matched with noobs, then they just fucking noob stomp. And the noobs, not only do the noobs have a terrible time, the people who killed them are just like, oh, well, I mean, that was fun, but we're just going to throw all their gear away. I think that skill-based matchmaking is good. I think that's different from aggression-based matchmaking. I don't know if that'll work in this game, again, because PvP is so integral, but Season 5, the way things are going, maybe they'll just remix stuff.
But with level-based matchmaking. What is it? And remember that this is the one that is mostly implemented in Marathon right now. The idea behind level-based matchmaking is basically that your player level, which is based a lot on your playtime and how much stuff you've done in the game, that determines who you've matched with. So if you're a higher level player, you'll be matched with other higher level players who have played a lot of the game and who have completed a lot of stuff in the game. If you're a lower level player, maybe newer or less experienced, you'll be matched with other lower level players. Like literally level-based matchmaking is taking the number next to your name and matching it up with a similar number on other people's names. There's some flex in there for sure. In fact, Marathon has quite a lot of flex, but that's generally what the matchmaking is based on. So that's level-based matchmaking. So what is good about level-based matchmaking? Why is it the one that's implemented right now in Marathon? So first of all, it's simple and it's easy to understand. Matchmaking can be real.
I think that level-based matchmaking is a great starting point for like a good baseline, because it's like people who play a lot are already naturally going to be better. They're going to have progressed more. So matching them together makes a lot of sense. I think at some point SBMM comes into play, but we don't really know outside that.
Really complicated. Having it tied to your player level, it's easy to know where you stand. The other reason it can be really good is because it can make games feel more varied and more memorable. You'll end up with lobbies where there are really good players in there, or mostly really low skill players, or just a few really good players and lots of really bad players. Basically, every match will feel much more different with this system because it's not based on skill, right? It's just based on your level. So you'll get a lot more tension between people people trying to do different things. It'll feel a lot more like an ecosystem. Some people trying to do contracts, some people just trying to PvP. Everybody on different levels doing different things. It can feel more dangerous, more dynamic. This is the opposite of something like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
What is this fucking thief? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interject. I know he's what he's talking about is very important. What is this fucking thief doing, bro? Kill the robot or move where he can't shoot you. He canceled his revive like 3 times. Look at this shit.
Between people trying to do different things.
Look at this. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt, Sarah. But look at this shit.
Some people just trying to PvP.
Rezzing. Interrupted.
Rezzing. Doing different things.
Interrupted.
It can feel
Rezzing.
more dangerous, more
interrupted.
dynamic. This is the opposite of something like Call of Duty or
interrupted.
Battlefield.
Bro, just kill the robot or move.
Similar and less memorable because almost every gunfight, the idea is to match you up with people who are also 50-50 with you, who are in the same skill bracket as you. With this system, it can feel like the game is a little more flavorful, a little more crazy, dynamic, and memorable. That's what's good about it. But what is bad about this system? Why do some people really want it to change? So what's good about it is also kind of what's bad about it. You can get matched into lobbies where people are much more skilled than you. Since the matchmaking is not based on skill, it's not skill-based matchmaking, it's level-based matchmaking. It means that sometimes your team is simply going to be the lowest skill team on the map, and you are almost certainly going to lose through no real fault of your own. It can feel really unfair.
So when I say I'm pro skill-based matchmaking, so skill-based matchmaking is like a very broad term. People think of like Call of Duty skill-based matchmaking where it just tries to force you to be at like 1 KD or whatever. I think that skill-based matchmaking in Marathon should be like a wider bucket. I think that if you're like an Apex Predator, like Defizzle or whatever, and you're running Gold Mizzy, 8 bubble shields every game, you should never ever play against Timmy under any circumstance. Even if Timmy has 200-300 hours in the game, I think that for the sake of Timmy's experience, it makes no sense to ever match them. I think that Defizzle's bucket shouldn't just only match him with other top-end players, but he should never be matched against like incompetent people, right? Like, I think it's fine if I get matched with Defizzle or Jumlo or whatever, even though I'm kind of a shitter. Because I'm sort of on the higher end of average players. And, like, that's fine. Like, I'm competent at the game. I'm like, whatever. It's fine. I can somewhat put up a fight, right? But there should be no world where you're matching the absolute high end with the absolute low end. That's not fun. I'm a high-end shitter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Casuals versus sweats. Yeah, they should really separate out those groups of people. The buckets for the SBMM should be somewhat wide in Marathon, but skill-based matchmaking, in my opinion, should exist,
really
at least to a degree.
Streak. Though your player level may match the player levels of others, you may end up being the lowest skill team in a map 10 games in a row. That starts to feel really bad. The other issue with this system with level-based matchmaking is that much of the late game of Marathon, so Cryo Archive, it's very PvP focused, or at least it's really hard to avoid PvP, but there are many ways to get to a high level in Marathon without PvPing. You could play a million Rook runs, and you would be in the same lobby as someone who gets a ton of kills. So what can happen is it can feel like you bricked your account because you got a high level sneaking around or scavenging, playing.
Not necessarily. When you're playing solos, you gain a lot less XP. Even though they did update the XP pools, even if you're playing a shitload of solos and stuff, you're still going to be behind a lot of the super sweats. Unless you're playing literally 12 hours a day solos, which at that point, you're probably competent at the game. I think that this is like super edge case and doesn't represent a very
friendly
significant
or doing a lot
of
of
players.
PvE content, and then put into lobbies with other really strong PvP players who are just of a similar level to you. So that's the positives and negatives of level-based matchmaking. Remember, that's the one that's in Marathon mostly right now. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, finding it interesting, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it, and hey, it helps not miss anything. And join the
guys,
Discord.
like the video. Why don't I have... Oh, there's my like button. Like the video,
Find your
guys.
crew, it'll be great. That's all. Let's keep going. So skill-based matchmaking. This is the main alternative to level-based matchmaking. What is skill-based matchmaking? Basically, skill-based matchmaking is putting people in a lobby who all have a similar level of skill. How do you determine skill? Well, that's tricky. And it depends on...
I think... So Bungie has access to all the backend stats. I think on a technical level, it is tricky to code it perhaps, but I think that they can look at exfil rates, they can look at kill death ratios, how many players they're killing per round. I think that it's tricky on a technical level, but on a practical level, it's not. Like, if you pulled up the stats for 2 different players, low skill and high skill, it's not at all hard to pick them apart.
A lot of different stuff. But let's say for the sake
there's
of
a lot of
argument,
parameters going on, but
to figure out what someone's
we'll play
skill
Cry
level
after
is
the video,
and
guys.
Put them in a lobby with other people of that skill level. So everyone who's good at ambushing, killing, extracting, they're all put in the lobby together. High level or low level, it doesn't matter. Just whoever is good at the game gets put in one lobby. Everyone who is newer, less experienced, maybe not as good at the game, they're put in other lobbies.
So I'd say how the skill-based matchmaking should work, it should be a broad bucket. It shouldn't be everyone who's good should be separate from everyone who's bad, but there's a spectrum. And I'm sure, like, so this is how League of Legends MMR works, right? When you queue ranked or normal league, like even if you queue normal League of Legends, you're queued based on your MMR, which uses your stats on how you perform versus other players of similar stats and such. They can definitely implement an MMR system in this game. And you can leave the bucketing somewhat large, especially right now. The bucketing has to be kind of large because of the small player base.
So
but
what are the
it's
positives
absolutely
of skill-based
possible
matchmaking, and why do people talk about adding it to Marathon? The main reason is that fights are more fair. Fights you take are generally going to be 50-50.
Fights are, number one, more fair, and the outcome is also more fun if you do win. Like a full gold sweat team fucking full wiping a blue kit. Like, even when I went in with the free kit, the other run on Outpost, I murdered that blue kit guy. And I didn't feel that good about killing him because I just ended up selling all his shit. And he probably needed that gear, right?
Win or lose. You will rarely get stomped on by other teams who are simply better than you.
How should it work? It's going to be easy to abuse it. You can just leave every match to lower your exfil rate and play against bad players. They could set up systems to detect that.
Is the biggest argument for skill-based matchmaking. One of the main things that can make
systems can be added to detect if you're just queuing up and instantly leaving, or if you're queuing up and AFKing for whole runs. Like, that's not hard to tell. Like, if you queue up and you just AFK for a whole run, or if you just queue up and there's a macro that just makes you press WASD, it can tell that you're not shooting or something like that. They can absolutely
a huge loss streak, especially one where you feel like you never really had a chance. If you
also, even then, like, the only advantage you would get for stuff like that is for like cryo. Like, if you tank your MMR, you could queue cryo to get like easier lobbies. But the players you're killing aren't going to have any good.
You never had a chance to win. Why would you load into another game? This system works to prevent that. The other reason people talk about adding this to Marathon is because it has proven player retention. There are studies that show that adding skill-based matchmaking to your game.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, but skill-based matchmaking bad because Call of Duty 8 years ago made it so you have forced 1 kill-death ratio. This is different. This is different. This is not Call of Duty, an arcade shooter where you're just supposed to run around and shoot
causes
people.
Players to stick around more. Matches feel...
Guys, I hate to break it to you. If you've played Counter-Strike, if you've played Rainbow Six, if you've played literally any other competitive shooter, it uses skill-based matchmaking. It's called MMR. And every time you play one of those games, even if it's not the ranked mode, you have a skill rank, and it's going to match you with people of a similar skill rank.
Closer, people feel like they can improve, and they keep playing it. And it's basically why all these big shooters do it, because fairness is really, really important in games that are considered competitive. So if this matchmaking system has all these positive things about it, what is bad about it? Why wouldn't you want this in your game? Why didn't they add it to Marathon? Probably the main reason is because it makes games feel more similar and less memorable.
Again, I think that this is resolved by making the bucketing kind of wide. Like, just because you have a high like, you can change the thresholds. These are all like variables that can be changed, right? You don't only have to, like, it can like match you within a wide band, but just like preferring like a certain band.
Less
players,
variety in your gaming experience. Sure, you'll rarely have those games where you get stomped on by a way better team, but you'll also know.
Like, think of this, right? Real quick, let me just doodle up a graph. Let's say people playing Marathon, let's pick a different color. Let's go red. Let's say people's skills in Marathon are rated within this band, and you have the top end here and the bottom end here. Let's say a new server is being created because people are queuing up, and based on, let's say most of the people queuing up are within this band. So it's like, okay, I'm going to randomly pick a band of players to bucket here. So players only within this bracket are going to get matched to each other. Like, this isn't like, it's not a band like this. It's a band like, so if you're a very top end like Defizzle, you'll still get matched with like other people towards the high end, but these players should not play over here ever. Like that's just awful. It's awful for these guys. They're going to get nothing when they kill them, and they're going to be like, oh, I mean, I guess that was fun. We pub stomped, but we didn't get any loot. And these people are like, well, I just never had a fucking chance, right? It's not fun for either of these people.
Ever have those games where
if you have the wide bucketing, the games don't feel same.
Like a god wiping
There's
out
a
the
variety in there.
That will happen way more.
Also, you can feel like a god. Like in this game, you could just get lucky. The time to kill is so fast. If you just get lucky, you can feel like a god if you just win the coin flip like 5 times in a row every fight.
Feels like a 50-50, and games blend into
like
each other.
To feel like a god in this game, you don't just have to play against shitters. You can just get lucky.
One of the things that makes Marathon so distinct is this lack of skill-based matchmaking. It makes each game feel really, really different. The other negative aspect of this system is that skill is really hard to determine. What is skill? But Bungie will have to implement some kind of thing that captures what a player's skill is. And if you are a player who plays it,
I think, again, they have access to all the back-end statistics. I think that it might be difficult to implement, but an MMR system, IMO, would be good and would work.
Different from the majority of people, or different from the statistics.
Like, it doesn't even have to be just like hard stats, right? Because let's say like a bronze player in League of Legends has similar stats to like a platinum player or whatever, but because they're playing in their own MMRs, when you match the people at the lower matchmaking rank, they're going to have higher stats, and it'll like sort of level out as they approach their actual MMR
skill. You will still be put in the wrong lobbies. For example, if Bungie just used player damage to determine your skill, then people who stay at long range and repeatedly down the same enemies over and over and get them picked up over and over again, those players would be of the highest skill.
The MMR system would be difficult to balance, but like they could absolutely.
Then pretty much everyone who plays pushing characters like Vandal or Destroyer, they would be of the higher skill bracket. Basically, what I'm saying is it's really hard to account for all the different ways the players can be skillful, and whatever system they implement will leave some players behind. Some players will be in lobbies where they are always outskilled because they have a weird playstyle. And the third reason not to implement skill-based matchmaking, and this is especially true for Marathon, is that it makes gear even more important. This isn't strictly a negative, because using gear, finding gear, and choosing when to take it with you, that is also a fun and interesting part of the game. But since everybody is roughly of the same skill level, it means gear is the determining factor in fights. So that.
But as you use that better gear, it'll push up your MMR. And then if you run out of that gear, it'll start to push down your MMR as you lose. Like, the MMR system doesn't even have to be like super hard and fast. Like, it could be like a system, like if you go on like a 10-game hot streak, like if you hot streak, it'll push up your MMR a whole bunch, and then you'll just start losing a bunch and it'll even you out. Right?
Is basically both sides of the argument. Again, I would really like.
And even then, the game's already fucking like that in a way. A lot of the time, you're just coin flipping in this game. The time to kill is so fast, especially in solos. It just matters on who sees who first, right?
Here where you stand on it. I think it's really interesting to think about and to try to figure out where Marathon might go in the future. Here, I'm going to go through some speculation. These are educated guesses I have about Marathon's matchmaking.
I'm interested
First of all,
to see
I
what
can
he has to
definitely
say.
feel the level-based matchmaking in play. When I play with newer players on.
Yeah, if you guys have Steam right now, if you have an alt Steam account, you can Steam Family Share. It'll just match you with noobs.
My team, the people we're matched against, are definitely new. But I think people who say that Marathon's matchmaking is purely level-based are almost certainly
Nick
wrong.
Joseph, thank you for the sub.
Matchmaking is one of the most important parts of your games, especially if you're a shooter. There's no way they're basing it on just one statistic. The systems that are built around matchmaking can be incredibly complex. So here are some things they probably do. Lost streaks, this is a common one. Basically, you get put in easier lobbies if you've lost a bunch of games in a row. There is probably.
This is sort of MMR adjacent, by the way.
Some form of skill-based matchmaking in Marathon right now. It just might not be a major factor, but how often you win your.
I agree. It does feel like there's like little parameters, like how much gear you bring in, how good you are at the game. Because I didn't match with Jumlo that often the other week.
Fights, or if you have,
but I was still matching with them.
Achieved your level in some other way. There's probably some piece of it that is this. And then there's also probably some form of gear-based matchmaking, because players can become really unhappy when they get destroyed by players with better shields or better gear than them. So there's probably some factor that incorporates that. But I want to emphasize that all of these factors, there's a lot of flex in them. And by that, I mean someone can be above your level by a certain amount, lower than your level by a certain amount. I think where it is, the matchmaking is fine. The biggest struggle is just the player count.
I think the match, like I have no big qualms about the level of skill-based matchmaking, love-based matchmaking, whatever. I'm still pro skill-based match SBMM. I think right now how it's implemented, if there is any, I think is okay where it is right now. The issue with matchmaking right now is just the player count. That's why people are waiting
less
longer.
gear, more gear. Bungie just determines where those bookends end. But overall, just anecdotally, based on my opinion and my experience, it does feel like level is the most important factor. And then here are just a few final thoughts. There is no perfect matchmaking system. Please try to think of a competitive shooter where people are like, that shooter, wow, the matchmaking system, so good. It is almost always a pain point in the community. So some final questions to think about.
I think that's largely because it's the easiest thing to blame. Because obviously nobody wants to... I'm sorry, let me deafen and guys in here. Obviously nobody wants... Like, if they get hard wiped in a game, it doesn't feel good to be like, fuck, I'm shit at the game. It's easier to just blame, why did I get matched against those people who are way better than me? It's way easier to do that, right?
Would making games
it's just
feel
the easiest
more
way to do
similar
it,
but be
without
more
blaming your
fair,
teammates.
be a good trade-off for Marathon? Is matchmaking something that even needs to be changed? Is it the most important and pressing issue? And of course, where do we as the community stand? We are the ones who are actually playing Marathon. So make your opinion heard. All of it, that's for you to decide. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this.
Shout out Seraph. Hopefully we can play with him next week. Wednesday, I think, is when we're set up to be playing. I apologize for the delay. Let's play some
You're good. I was in a Rick game anyway.
Okay. But how'd it go?
Meet him up. Meet him up.
My Rick game was pretty good. I did the whole pinwheel and there's no one around. We also got gold today.
Nice.
That'll be gold 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 games when we're gold 2, Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Glorp, how is your day going?
Pretty good. I mean, played a couple games, reacted to a couple YouTube videos. I'm ready to play some cryo. I've been looking forward to cryo for a few days because I'm gonna give it a buck. I said it a bunch of times, but I'm kind of bored of the daily. I don't like ranked.
Yeah.
My vault has been full, and
Yeah,
I don't have rank to burn it on, so I'm just like just waiting for cryo. And here it is. We're here.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm like bored of Marathon. I've been loving it, especially with like the new like rank grind I'm doing with Bam and Chloe. It's really like pushing me.
Yeah.
But I will say, when Darsh is around, I might be picking up like a new game just to like
Yo,
play
Nelly,
on the side
thank you for the tier 1.
and not just only do Marathon like I've been doing. Cause yeah, it's, the meta is getting a little stale for me. Not gonna lie.
Really? Is it the bubble
Mizzy
music?
all the time is like, oh, can I get something new, please? Anything?
Hold on, my game is like
I agree.
it's like on the wrong monitor. Hold on. What is going on?
I feel like I still have some progression to do before I'm like topped off, but
yeah.
On the whole.
1 second, chat. Things might break. I gotta fix this.
Eat him up. Eat him up.
Okay. Hey, here we go. Glorp is gonna
so
abuse
bad.
women
I'm so
again.
sorry,
They were having so much fun and winning ranked
I'm
without
going
your toxicity.
all out
God, it
on
was
the first one, by the way.
positive.
I'm bringing back gold bully.
What you do today?
God bless.
Do you have any good recon core, by the way?
Okay.
Like the one.
All right,
what's it
chat.
called? Intuition?
Hopefully that fixed the issue. It was like, okay,
I just have echo chambers for you.
hold on. My
Yeah.
game's on the
Nah,
wrong.
I'll bring my one here, chill.
Give me.
Play Shred Dragon Song too. I played it. Yeah,
What'd you say, Glenn?
What's going on? My game is on the wrong monitor. I don't know why it's doing this right now.
Oh.
It was working fine, literally not even an hour ago, and now it's on the wrong monitor. What the fuck?
Holy moly. Should I fix?
Can only missing bubble for so long before they make a destroyer skin based on it. That would be cool.
Wait,
They did like an homage.
I have a really good idea for bubbles.
Let's
So
hear it.
bubble is a utility item. What if you use the EMP and it'll disable the bubble?
Maybe not even disable, but make it like you can do 50% damage through it. Like it reduces damage still, but it doesn't make you invincible.
Because like I play a lot of fighting games, so I'm like thinking like, what if there's counters in this game? You see a bubble, you retaliate with an EMP. And it makes sense too because the bubble is an energy filled, right? So the
Oh no, my
EMP
OBS
would
crashed.
disable. Oh.